thinking, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Oh no, no. Do you? That's what I'm saying.
No,
It just no. It
I
just
say
becomes
older
like,
as in like 50, 60.
oh no.
Yeah. Oh shit! I probably should avoid that. I want to maybe see my grandkids.
Oh
Nah,
dear,
fuck
oh
that
dear, oh
shit.
dear.
Me and Ari,
Hello, Twitch.
me and Ari have. Oh shit! Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Yo.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that.
No, that's a bad idea.
Our Sweden pact, yeah, or Scandinavia, yeah. Switzerland, sorry, not Sweden. Switzerland. They're the fucking same thing.
It's the same
Like,
2 letters.
Oh,
Starts with the same 2
oh,
letters.
Just Europe in general. Just the EU. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? No, we don't.
The fuck up. Hold the fuck up. How do we not
No.
have culture? We have like 30 different cultures, and I can find one driving just an hour north.
That's the thing. We don't have none of our own. We don't
Yeah.
have none of our own. It's borrowed from everybody else.
Okay, and the UK borrowed spices and herbs from everybody else, and their shit's still bland as fuck. What's your point?
That's because we don't need spices in our food.
You do.
No, they made money out of
tastes
it.
Like
No, we
ass.
don't. We don't need spices
my
when
God.
food is naturally tasty and
asthmatics.
chemically less.
we do have asthmatics.
How are you guys today?
Sweating like a pig.
Shader is telling
Apparently.
us to hydrate and check
Hi,
our posters and
Balcony.
stretch.
Oh god, I should actually
Oh,
probably
come
like
on.
hop on the stream, shouldn't I?
Yes.
I won't be stretching. I tried stretching today and my knee. Fair enough.
On the topic of food, why do y'all still eat like you're in World War III though? Beans and toast?
Also, World War III hasn't happened
Hey,
yet.
whoa,
whoa,
Valkyrie,
Whoa, no.
Valkyrie.
America gave us beans. America gave Britain beans.
Holy shit! Talking about World War III, that comment will start it.
Swinging.
Oh, I meant World War II. I'm
about
stupid.
swinging.
That no, but that comment will start World War III. Never mind.
Oh, dear.
Fucking hell! Cheesy beans on toast. Oh,
Then again, I
Well,
can't talk much. I'm
some
from
fucking
Texas,
cat
and we
vomit
eat
and scones.
bean and cheese tacos. So
what's the difference? What's the difference? It's beans and cheese on fucking bread. Oh yeah, no, you're
but
all
then
fucking
again, that's a Mexican
abominations.
culture thing.
Like
vomit more,
how?
mate, Harry. Boofing.
I can
Yeah,
make
I
it
don't know
even
how.
worse.
I don't know how you've made gravy look like concrete, but you achieved that, and
You shouldn't be proud.
yeah, it is fucking sinful America. No, it's just sinful America.
What about Sinful America? Hold on.
And the only culture that America didn't borrow is from,
Okay, I went to go get a drink,
our
and all of a sudden
native
everything's my fault.
tribe
Oh.
have their culture, if that
Sure.
counts for American culture.
Well, this all reminds me of
doesn't
the
have any.
TikTok I saw earlier today with my American friend. I am from Norway. My American friend wanted to introduce me to their Italian friend, so we could talk European.
Okay, now see that just sounds like a dumbass making that comment.
It's American, isn't it?
Hey. Don't generalize all of us. Some of us are idiots.
Mainly just you.
Oh right. Oh. Or one
before America.
like bitch, please.
Oh my! Oh my god. They speak proper English.
No, they don't. London doesn't.
In it, bruv. I'll chef
England.
you up, guys.
I was
In it,
just about to say.
in it, bruv.
Jesus.
Fucking hell. I'll come for
And
London
and
when it's fucking
That's kind of like when
Londistan.
in all
people from
honest,
other countries think you can just drive from the Grand Canyon to New York City to see the Statue of
bro, don't
Liberty.
get me fucking started on that.
Yay.
I've literally seen people from European countries, just in general, be like, "Oh, well, we're gonna land in New York, and then we're gonna drive down to Florida to go to fucking
Disney.
Disney World, and then we're gonna drive to the Grand Canyon, then we're gonna drive to Vegas, then we're gonna go to LA." I'm like, so how long are you planning on staying? Because it's like 2 days just to make it through Disney World entirely. It's almost
Mhm.
2 days to go
It's
from New
usually
York to
a 2 to
Orlando.
3 weeks vacation you go on when you do that. Yeah, that's
Stupid
weird.
people in every country. But
Maybe
and
not
obviously,
Florida.
no offense to every American, but yous are loud as fuck. So you're obviously going to be
I mean,
heard more
You're
than
fucking
everybody else.
tough.
this is the Scot talking.
No,
This is
yeah,
the
Oh
Scot
yes, yes, yes,
talking.
yes.
they're heard
yes.
more than people
I mean,
from
look who we have as.
Britain or
I'm not gonna get
Da,
into
da, da,
politics.
majority
da.
of Europe,
Oh,
to be honest.
oh.
Please don't.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've met some people from the UK that are pretty stupid and pretty loud.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Okay.
My
I love
primary
this
4
conversation,
teacher,
but can we get back to the
which would
stream?
be last sorry, my
Yes,
primary 4
please.
teacher
I
said Red Bull was
apologize.
alcoholic once.
'Cause apparently it's my fucking fault.
No, I said Red Bull was alcohol. Yeah, and she's supposed to be a teacher. Let's
So,
go, get
Bookish
going.
sins.
A few moments later.
I'm sorry.
Profile picture.
It didn't send properly.
Ooh.
Mm,
Tea, blanket, cozy
I guess it
lighting.
depends on like mood and how you're feeling. Sometimes.
I like to sit in front of my bay window with my blanket, my book, and something warm to drink. Lower your voice.
Depe-
And
Depending on, I will need music in my
broken
ears as well.
biscuits.
Noise canceling headphones,
Cozy
lo-fi
it up in
music,
a blanket for it.
kids asleep.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Or having
Kids
your
asleep or
significant
doing
other,
their
if
own
they're
thing.
not a reader, have your significant other, if they're not a reader, entertaining the kids so you can read.
Yeah, my reading time is when the kids go to bed.
Yep.
I read whenever I can.
Very nice. Mm-hmm.
Same.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I just stay
No.
up super late and knock out 15, 16 chapters in 4 hours.
ADHD.
What did you forget?
No.
Ah,
Ari?
it is still the first, so you're not late.
I was
So who's gonna record it?
Ari, my dear, you're not being heard on stream.
I
You're
heard
not
her.
being heard on stream. She
Yes,
isn't now. Like I double checked it.
Yeah, I
Our
turned on the stream audio and
children,
I couldn't hear anything.
Okay, so
our
we hear us,
children
but
are
not you.
being very loud.
Yes.
I just saw your raccoon moving, so since I had heard us, I just assumed you were heard too.
Yeah. Well, Payne
No,
noticed it, and I'm like, well, let me check
It's
real
my
quick.
fault. It's my fault. There we go. Can you hear me now?
No, I heard you.
Yep, there we go.
There we go.
Lowering the volume again.
Yes, yes, as Keris has said, if there is no audiobook, then I will read it for you.
Okay, yeah, now it's working.
Okay. I'd be definitely down to listen to you read a book to me.
I will say, however, I cannot say that I will do it seriously. And you will get all of my annotations with it.
Perfect.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm gonna love listening to that.
Me
Since
too.
I've read the book.
Just the
I
FMC
could
does
probably
something
sit here
stupid
and
and you just
listen-
get me going, oh, fucking come on!
Yes.
Stupid
It's gonna
woman.
be a couple. It's gonna be a couple of those in the book, which is why hearing you read it would be brilliant.
Dirty
Yeah, just hearing like
deals.
City of Bones and
Okay.
Ari's voice the whole time, I think that'd be fantastic. Because you just hear her be like, "Oh, you
Actually,
fucking
was-
bitch!"
I actually was looking at my bookshelf and realized that I have a collector's edition of City of Bones sitting on my bookshelf that I didn't realize I had.
I've read it like
Very
5
nice.
times, honestly.
Never read it.
I have never been able to
Well-
finish it because it was always a borrowed book.
And now you've got it.
Yes,
Yeah,
bedtime
I've
stories
got
with
it.
Ari.
I bought it and then I loaned it to
Mhm.
a friend and never got it back. And then I borrowed it like 4 or 5 times from the library just to reread the series a couple times. I've read that book so many fucking times by now.
I will send a picture in the VC chat once I get done with what I'm doing of the copy that I have. It is gorgeous.
Do you know what really put me off then? It said that it ends on July 1st, and I was like, oh, that's wrong. That's ages away. No, it's not.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a
No.
month away.
I don't like it. This year has.
Yeah. Oh, that means
Yune
Mitten's
and I,
birthday's a month
Yune
away.
and I say
Look,
this all the time,
okay.
but January was like 6 years long, and the rest has been about 5 minutes.
Right.
Why is this not wanting to create? Fuck you.
Okay.
May I read one
So
of my
mean.
favorite lines from the book?
Go on.
No, can you?
I should be fine here on my own. I'll do my best not to let the lake monster get me, I joke. Oh, you don't have to worry about him. Sebastian is always more keen on just observing. He's 100% serious.
This is gonna be fun.
Subtle voyeurism.
Well, it's a small town monster romance.
Yes. It is
So-
very nice.
The second book is called Bigfoot
Bowling
over
with Bigfoot.
bowling with Bigfoot. That's it. I was like Bigfoot over breakfast. I know it was Bigfoot and alliteration. That was as far as I got.
I can read the first line of the content warning. Hi all. Before we begin, let's get one thing clear. This is not your mama's romance.
Okay.
Why am I getting sprayed, Vet? It's your fault.
No, no.
So we will actually
Jake doesn't
before
wanna
we
play
before
ball,
we
get out the
dip
fucking-
further into our Sinful night, I'm just going to do a quick run through because I know how a few of you don't like to read my announcements. I
I felt like that was-
lovingly,
I feel like that was aimed at me.
lovingly craft
No,
for
it's
you.
aimed at me.
I've even added a TLDR for you. You still didn't fucking
Well-
read it, did you?
No, I was just awake, so
It's been
Can't
up
expect
all
me to
day.
actually
It's
be-
been up all
Can't-
day. It's not time sensitive.
you can't expect me to be Compass Mentis. Period.
He just wants. I think he just wants something to complain about at this
Absolutely.
point.
Okay, so
I'm Scottish. That's what I do
that's
best.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. If they're not gurning about something, they're drinking. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
fucking
right.
drinking.
Exactly. So you go be gurning.
Bollocks.
Right. So new month, new stuff. First of all, obviously we have changed our variety stream. It's now going to be on a Wednesday night. So you get my dulcet tones on a Wednesday and a Sunday. This gives us a bit more of a gap in between each, so I'm not quite so overwhelmed trying to start the week and throw together all the stuff for the next stream. It also means that we don't clash with Zara and the WoW streams. So you have the choice to be able to see both and not have to worry about picking one or the other. Slightly change as well for Book of the Month. As it has been currently, I put out a couple of polls at random intervals over the last 6 to 8 months on what genres you read. And then I've been picking from that which ones were popular to do as our changing genre. We're not going to do that anymore. You guys are going to pick what genres you would like to see up for grabs for next month's second genre for Book of the Month. Fantasy will always be there, but you guys get to suggest what you want for the second one. And then on the stream before our suggestions open, which this month will be next Sunday on the 8th, we will spin the wheel. And whichever genre gets chosen on stream is going to be our second genre for July. So it's in your hands. So you can choose what you want.
Very nice.
That one, it is not going to be like Book of the Month where we're not going to have the same genre. I don't care. If like you guys all want to read fantasy and romance for the next 5 months and that's what gets put up and that's what gets picked, so be it. Obviously your squad challenges start tomorrow, the new month. The first riddle has dropped today. It is in the Bookwyrms flight. So you can go, that will, if you can figure it out, will give you the theme for this week's challenges, and you will get one every Sunday. The only people who know the answer to that riddle are myself and Uni. So if you want to give it a go and you think you know the answer, you can DM one of us, and we will tell you whether you're right or you're wrong.
I'll bribe you with some Lego.
I mean, you could just read it.
Lego
I don't
first,
think
answer
it's that.
later.
I don't think it's that hard.
If
I
I
don't
can
think
figure it out, I think you can, Akuma.
I just like brute forcing things.
Brute force isn't the answer to
I don't
everything.
figure puzzles out. I'll just YouTube it.
I mean, to each their own.
I've asked you kindly 3 times to stop.
My brain died for a moment there. Sorry. Literally, that was like a car crash into a wall. My brain just went. Pew, stop.
Ooh.
The other one. I mentioned it briefly at the minute before we went on stream, but obviously it is Pride Month. Fireworks. I forget that I'm not on camera, so you don't see my face and my hand movements, so I just sound like I'm going silent for ages.
Hi, Ems.
Oh, is Emmy here? Emmy's here!
I am.
Hello, Emmy.
It's my girl.
Welcome to the
Yo.
psychosis.
Yeah, so it's Pride Month this month. So we will be doing Pride and Prose. I'm proud of that. On June 18th. And so we're going to be
That
talking...
means we have to read Pride and Prejudice.
No, it means we're going to talk about all things queer stories, magic, myth, queer authors, all of the above. We're going to put the pride into pride.
Yeah.
Going back slightly to the Book of the Month thing. Along with genres, there is another thing that you can suggest, which is a theme. So if you want to have a Book of the Month that is all indie authors, we can do that. You want to do books written by people of colour, we can do that. Or Indigenous people, or queer authors, or disabled authors. You can chuck themes in as well as genres. So we can twist it up a bit.
What do you mean by that?
Indie author means not traditionally
Like
published.
self-published?
Yeah, self-published authors.
Like self-published, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
It's anyone independently publishing instead of doing it through, like, Penguin.
Right.
So essentially, we could get a fellow book club members, hint, hint, wink, wink.
We
be a book club
absolutely
of the
could. We have a couple of authors, actually. I noticed recently I've been tallying up. We actually have a few indie published authors.
Ooh.
So
Very
we
nice.
definitely could look at having, like, an indie month.
Yes, I think we should.
And my final thing, there's going to be a giveaway this month.
Oh, very nice.
I'm keeping it vague at the moment. It's going to be towards the end of the month. But there is going to be a giveaway available to my lovely book dragons. And throughout them... Excuse me a second. They want to push me tonight, I swear. There, throughout the month, there are going to be sneaky ways to earn extra entries into said giveaway. So you're going to have to keep your eyes peeled. Gonna give you fun little things to do.
My stupid brain conjure up really nasty pictures for keeping my eyes peeled.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
please
Ryan.
don't actually peel your eyes.
Sticks.
Please, for the love of God, don't peel your eyes.
Stupid brain.
So,
And that's all my announcements for this evening. I think. Maybe.
For now.
Fuck knows. Something else will pop into my brain and will be like, oh yeah, and this.
And this, and this, and this. As per usual. It's how we roll.
And then we go off on 4 tangents.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I had an idea. Hang on a minute.
Oh, she's typing.
Oh no.
Oh no. Thank you very much for the extra subscription, Pain. It's alright, she said the nicest thing in the world to me today. So
I did.
she can send me whatever messages she wants now.
I did. I may or may not have gotten in trouble with my significant other, but it was worth it.
What'd you do?
She sent me a message that I said, thank you for putting up with me. And she said, let me put it this way, I would not trade you for an engagement ring from Mittens.
Oh. I need Mittens to like
Uh-oh.
pop in here and tell us how he felt about that.
His exact words, because I said it, and then I went and told him, and he's like, I see where I stand. And
It's
then
okay,
he started
sure.
laughing. He's
We already ended up discussing last night that when they do get married and go on their honeymoon, they're coming to visit Sai and I. And me and Kittens are gonna go off and do girly things, and Sai and Mittens are gonna go off and do like throwing axes at shit.
Sounds like a good time.
Yep. So their honeymoon is gonna be us buggering off, and them buggering off, and them not actually spending any time together.
Well, the honeymoon is for you to enjoy yourself.
This is true.
Never had to specify how you enjoy yourself.
This is true.
I love being technically correct. It is the best kind of correct. Less fun when your kids do it.
I hate add-on.
But yeah, no, it was hilarious. His reaction was like, I see where I stand. Oh, apparently we think alike. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Right, where are we? Okay, so favorite snacks and drinks to go along with your reading. Burnout's first time chatting is using the raccoon reads.
Yeah, because so my Twitch account is weird. I used to have one that was like linked to my phone number, and I thought I deleted it so that like my new account would be able to get verified, and it wouldn't verify it, and it still won't let me. But as soon as I subbed, it let me start chatting. So I was like, okay, fuck it, it works.
Oh, well, that might be my
don't
fault. I think I might have it set that they have
You
to
do.
have.
You-
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll fix that.
Oh no,
But thank
it's
you for
fine.
the sub anyway.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing it to try and get subs. I'm just not very good at setting shit up.
Well, no. So the thing is like with the verified, you just have to have a phone number that works that's linked to your account, and mine is like all screwy because I had an old account.
Because
that-
it was linked to something else.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'm not sure we
and
want to let you
it's-
have this.
Well, and then Twitch says, "Oh, we'll just delete the other account, and it'll release the phone number." And I've deleted it twice because it didn't go through the first time, and then the other time it's like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, your account is deleted," but it still won't release my phone number to be used with this account. So I don't know.
Will be a grace period or something in the fine print
Maybe.
saying that you can't use it for 60 days or some
Oh yeah,
shit.
30 days or something ridiculous like that.
I deleted it like
No, I
6
know
months
Xbox-
ago.
Oh jeez, I know
Oh,
Xbox
damn.
does that if you change your gamer tag.
Yeah, you can't change it for like 90 days or something like that. But
Yeah,
no,
something like that.
but yeah, it literally just went whoop and was like, "Nope, you can't ever use this phone number ever again."
Kit, have you seen that Keris has said that we should all come to Pembrokeshire for your honeymoon? Then Mittens and Sai can go co-steering or something with her money, and then the rest of us can go and do what you want to do.
Ooh. Yes, yes, I'm okay with that. And I love how everybody's just changed to call me Kit. I love it.
You said it to somebody the other day, right?
I
You said
think it
just
was-
call me
I
Kit,
can't-
and
Yes,
and
what
then
happened is they didn't like call me gifted, and it just kind of took off. Ami suggested it, and it just kind of took off, and I love it because now nobody can be uncomfortable when trying to talk to me.
But yeah, you said it, and then obviously
I only
we
think
said
of
the whole
foxes.
you are your auntie to the kids. So then I said, oh hey guys, you've got an
I
auntie
am.
now. It's Auntie Kit, and then it's just stuck. So
It's okay.
it's Auntie Kit.
She's still just Violet to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the funny thing was when you said Kit earlier today when we talked, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Knew exactly who
Yeah.
you were talking about. And then I registered that you actually just said Kit. And I was like, wait, when did this happen? I don't know. But I approve.
Makes
I-
everybody comfortable.
It was funny as well because all of last night was like, well, Ari can do this, but Mittens can't do this. Ari can do this, but Mittens can't do this. And it was just so funny because it was like, you can just call me
Oh,
by,
poor man.
you can call me by my real name, and he was like, no, because you yell at me if I do that, and I'm like, I call her by her real name, she doesn't say shit, and he's like, oh fine, so you can do it, but I can't do it.
But it's just if I ever turned around and called you by your first name, you'd lose your shit at me. And that's both if I called you by your actual first name and by your nickname first name. Or your chosen first name.
I would say no. Well, I don't mind.
You would.
I don't mind
You
you
would.
calling me by my name to other people, but you don't call me Ari.
No, because I think you'd fucking murder me if I did.
See, that's how it goes with my wife. If I'm personally addressing her, it is babe, baby, wife.
Yeah, no,
something like
absolutely.
that. If I turn to my wife and call her by her first name, there is a shoe in my face before I finish it. Or she goes, "Who the fuck are you talking to?"
Who do you think you are right now?
Who is this
Yes.
side bitch?
I will
The
say,
only
sorry,
way I
I've
get
been
away with
super,
it is
super
if I'm
rude.
talking about
Hi,
her to
Liz, and hi,
someone else.
Lukey. You have joined, and I was rude, and
And
I
hi-
didn't
and
say
hi,
hi. So
Hades.
hello, and hi, Hades.
Half an
My
hour
first
later,
name
it's
gets
fine.
used, and it means I know I've fucked up.
Oh, we actually have Lukey and Hades in here at the same time. That's surprising. No
Oh.
offense to either of you.
Can have a corpse off.
I
No
know,
offense,
right?
but all offense.
I meant it lovingly to both of you.
She just wants to see which one of you's got the deeper voice. That's
Pretty
what she's
much.
after.
Whoever has the deeper voice gets to read me a bedtime story tonight.
Well, there's
Really,
fucking
really
Vex kink.
chomping at the bit there.
I know, right?
Damn it!
Oh,
It
okay.
could be good
Helpful.
night moon for all I care. Damn it!
Fable. Fable fucking sucks.
Only if that's the only thing that I have to say. It's good night moon.
There you go. That's your bedtime story done. I'm working on it, Akuma. I'm working on it.
Work harder then.
Don't say that. I get told off.
Or does it work
It
smarter?
works.
I don't know.
Apparently,
Don't work yourself to death.
I would work myself to death. Apparently, there is no
You're not
chapter
allowed.
information for dirty. There's nothing. Dirty Deals Over Decaf is giving me shit this month. There's no fucking ebook, audiobook. There's no chapter information on Fable. It's having a
I'm
moment.
sorry.
It's not your fault. It's people being lazy. It's not that difficult to get chapter information. They're just slow. But yes, I am working on the Bookwyrms Lair version of Fable, Storygraph, and Goodreads all rolled into one, so it has the best of all of them. Slowly.
Liz, we match. I just realized that our little avatar
Our
icons are the same.
daughter has subscribed.
Yes.
She has.
Meow meow.
Thank you, Emmy. Shouldn't be spending your money on this. Could tell you off.
And
Would it do any good?
Kitten,
Not wasting your money.
Kitten was the one who gifted it. Actually,
Kitten!
Kitten gifted a one
Alright.
sub,
Stop it!
and
No,
and
you
Ems
won't
was the
let me
lucky
help
one.
you pay for the
Was to
audiobook
Ems.
shelf. This is a different way to help you. So no.
so Ems didn't
Bad.
use her own money for it.
And?
Bad kit. Bad. Oh,
And Valkyrie said Anne Alani is her favorite drink while reading. Oh,
Oh,
my
an
god,
Alani.
I can
Okay.
speak.
I don't think I know what that
Okay.
is. I'm a Google.
No,
To drink.
Thank you, darling.
No shit.
Golly gee. I put Alani into
you,
Google and
Grandpa.
it's like,
Shit,
do you mean
then.
Alanis Morissette? I'm like, no. I mean, is it Alani new pre-workout natural supplement drinks? Does that sound right?
Are you talking about the energy drink?
It's an energy drink.
Oh, hang on. I found it on Amazon. Good old Amazon. Oh, they're
I was gonna
very.
say
they're very
Alani's an energy drink brand.
Yeah, it's apparently called Alani Nu.
They just have less calories.
They do a cherry slush, breezeberry, peach, cosmic stardust, and Kimade energy drink. That's a
See, that's
fucking
too.
mouthful.
That's doing too much.
Or
That
does
is
sound like
doing
you were
way
reading off
too
the
much.
ingredients list for something.
I'll stay here with my mango loco. Thank you. It's my hydration for the evening.
I just.
I'm just gonna
finished-
stick to my tea.
I mean, I just finished an Arizona hard pink lemonade, but
Did
I
you just say ew?
He is ew.
Tea is not ooh.
You're ew. Tea is
Tea
not
is
And
ew.
you
ew.
haven't had a
Tea-
good tea.
tea is gross.
Okay.
Yes,
No.
see,
Tea is not
yes,
gross.
yes,
No, it's
no.
not. You're not
tea is
making it.
gross.
If you think it's gross, you're not making
You're
it
not
right.
making it correct. Yes, if you are not making it correctly if you think it's
I will
gross.
No, no.
give you
I have
come over
okay,
here and I'll
I've
make you a
had
proper
I've
tea.
had tea made a million different ways from a ton of different fucking plants and like everything
Tea
else.
bags, tea leaves.
I
Ugh.
cannot get into tea at all. To me, it tastes like dirt water.
Yeah,
It is
and most
gross.
people make
repeat,
it so it
if
looks
you
like
come over
dirt
here,
water.
Alright.
I will
Okay.
make you a tea,
I'm about
and
to
if you
say,
don't like
Akuma,
it,
Yes.
I'll make you a
I'll
proper.
be happy to hear you say I was wrong.
I'll make you a proper cup of tea.
So how many confessions did you have?
Does
Uh,
that mean that you'll take the tea out and put coffee in instead?
Ugh, no.
No, not the coffee.
Well, then I'm not coming down.
I have
Now,
some
see, to me,
Irish cream
coffee
tea.
is gross as well.
Coffee is disgusting.
Does the Irish cream tea involve alcohol?
Coffee is grim.
It can.
We
Oh,
have 19 confessions so far.
Did
I
you
know I put
post
in
a
at
link
least
in?
three.
I'm going to post the link just now. If you would like to give us your bookish confessions, all anonymously, for reading at towards the end of this evening, you can do so here.
Whoa. That's a long link.
It is. Has a link. I'm going to pin it to the top. There you go. It's pinned.
Also, I had to look up sloth because I was unsure of
Laziness,
the
yeah.
definition of sloth. Yeah, but like I was like
A really
laziness.
slow
So I
moving animal.
changed. No, I
What?
changed greed because greed is actually avarice in the original Catholicism. I can't fucking speak now. Catholic. There we go. List of sins. It's pride, avarice, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. And I thought people probably aren't going to know off the top of their head which one avarice is. And it's more commonly known as greed. But I thought gluttony and sloth will be fine. Maybe. But I thought someone will message me if they're not
bad.
sure.
It's just that my brain went like, I mean, I've assumed like laziness, but I was also like, how, in what form of laziness are we talking it as a sin? And I had to double check. And I was like, okay, now I understand.
Give me just a moment.
Sloths are my spirit animals. Like the three-toed sloth is.
I think they're creepy.
Really?
That's
I
the
think they're awesome.
There's
only
something about their faces.
animal my house hates.
They're creepy.
Oh, they're cute.
Whoa.
Also, I don't know how much of him you hear, but
We heard it all.
We hear
I
now.
heard it.
yeah.
Miss Ari. Miss Ari.
Miss Kit. Miss Kit.
Mr. Mitten said he would join if you give him a good enough reason to come in.
I'm here.
I was about to say, first of
As
all,
I said, he's there.
Goose is here. Secondly, he's
Hades is there.
every time he leaves you and
Fuck
I
Hades, I'm here.
hang on, but every time he leaves you and I unsupervised, I gain more privileges that he's not allowed. So he might want to get his ass in here.
Yeah, he needs to
You can
defend
explain
his
that to him.
standing,
Give me just a
otherwise
second.
he's gonna go down another rung on the ladder.
Yep. The hierarchy is being built,
She said
and
every
I'm at the top.
time you leave me unsupervised with her, she gains privileges that. Repeat it for me.
That he doesn't have. The hierarchy
That
is
you don't
being
have.
built, and I am at the top.
Please. Okay. Yay! Okay, I gotta get out of the room or you're gonna hear double.
You can just mute him, and he can mute you, and that's how it works.
Oh no, I was in his office.
Wow, you're trying
But
to
I'm-
get her to silence him now? God, you are
Yes.
really playing the field, aren't you?
There. He has been summoned.
Hello, mittens.
Hello, Mr. Riddens.
Hello, friends.
Oh, is that,
That
it
wasn't
now?
very-
I don't get my Miss Ari
skip
anymore.
that.
I just
That was
get
a very
friends.
questioning hello.
I am beyond exhausted today, and my apologies.
What time did
Hello,
you go?
Miss Ari.
Hello, Mr. Riddens.
Mhm.
What time did
I
you
went
go
to
to
bed
bed last night?
I went to bed early. I'm just fucking exhausted.
I didn't
You
go to
can't
bed
ignore
early.
Hades. You can't ignore Hades.
I was working on it, Miss. Hello, Hades. How are you?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I love the giggle.
Oh,
It's the same reason I say hi Hades the way I do every time, is it's just the giggle. It's like an earthquake.
I like seeing all of my best.
Hold on, hold
I
on.
like seeing all of my best friends.
Subby Hades confirmed.
Subby Hades, for fuck's sake. We've got very off track.
Yes, very much so. Considering it's
Snacks.
about break time and we
Snacks and drinks. What do you eat? What do you drink when you're reading? Come
I
on,
try not
guys.
to eat while reading.
Liquid.
Liquid. You eat
Tea.
liquid.
No, tea.
No, you can get in bed, you
You
little
said drink.
reprobate.
Tea and crumpets.
Liquid and broken
Tea and
biscuit.
crumpets. Quite right.
And
Oh,
yay.
come on. What's wrong with
Crumpets, yay,
crumpets?
but tea.
I love
No, I
crumpets.
said
used to make
and
both of
yay. Crumpets are alright.
Babe,
You
I
just
have
sound like you're having
Haribo
a
and you...
seizure, Akuma.
Babe, I have Haribo and
Yeah,
you're not
I know,
here.
right?
I need to...
Yeah.
No, he sounds like, you know when you at school when you did keyboard lessons and they were like, don't touch the DJ button. And everyone
sake.
touched it anyway.
Yes, I know exactly what you're on about.
Like, what?
DJ button.
They, like, you know electric...
Oh god.
Like electric pianos, the keyboard? So we, at school,
Oh,
we
I-
used to
I
do
thought
like
you meant-
music, no, like we used to do music lessons and they'd always bring out these
Okay,
old
no.
Yamaha keyboards and they always had like the DJ
I thought
button.
you meant. I thought
Oh,
you meant
like a
an
computer
actual
no.
keyboard, and I thought that the UK had like some special configuration with some special button. And I was
Yeah,
about to go
we've
buy
got
one.
DJ buttons on ours, that's why you've got like Calvin Harris and all of that.
That was my first thought as well.
Yeah, no, like the old Yamaha electric keyboards for playing the
Okay.
piano. They always used to bring them out in secondary school for like music class, and they'd be like, "Don't press the DJ button." And the minute they're backwards turned, everybody pressed it. And you just
what's
had like
funny is
hi-hat,
they
hi-hat.
never trusted us in public school to use one of those.
Yes.
I mean, they didn't trust us.
All right, so we know drinks. What snacks?
Yeah, what snacks? Actually, to change it a bit,
Salt and vinegar chips.
do you
Ooh,
have
yeah.
different food and drink combos depending on what you're reading? Because
No.
I
No,
posed
just
this.
whatever's in the house.
No, see, I posed this question to a group on good old Tumblr, and quite a few of them will eat and drink different things depending on what they're reading,
Really?
and I found that really interesting.
So when I'm reading, I'm either always eating Lay's kettle cooked salt and vinegar chips because the crunch fits with the crispiness of a page, or I'm eating the Lay's dill pickle chips or French fries. It's always something salty every single time.
Because the shit you read's extra sweet. Got it.
No, it's just
I mean, look at the way that
hold on.
Violet and Zayden talk to each other.
No, forget that.
Listen.
It's just so he can. No, he wants the proper salty texture in his mouth for the true experience.
Oh, delicious.
I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what's gonna happen now. I'm booking a flight now.
So how did you finally get the Bookworms Lair meetup happening? Well, Sai just pissed off all the Americans until they came over to beat him up.
Yep.
And then we just went, well, seeing as you're here,
we might as well.
might as well. Okay, so what do you think? Good night, Ems.
Night, Ems.
What do you
Night,
think
Ems.
are like perfect pairings of food and drink to match book genres? So like red wine and dark chocolate is the perfect mix up for dark romance.
Mm-mm.
I rarely drink alcohol.
I don't necessarily mean for you, but just as almost like a Pinterest board of this genre. What am I putting? What's my aesthetic? What's my food?
I feel
What's my
like wine
drink?
and
What's my
chocolate,
vibe?
It goes more straight romance than anything else.
Yeah.
Than
I
it
would say
does dark
white
romance.
wine and chocolate. White wine and something
No,
sweet
white wine and
for
strawberries
romance.
or
Yes,
grapes.
white wine and
Like
okay.
a
yeah.
dark red and dark, like really bitter dark chocolate is your dark romance.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
would
could
definitely
see
fit
that.
dark
Valkyrie
romance.
says she has
Okay,
a
so
literal
then-
chocolate wine.
Then what would fit for murder mystery? That's my counter question.
I think you need something tangy.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee and something tangy, whether it is a sour sweet or
Coffee and a cigarette.
coffee
Yeah,
and a
you
cigarette.
need,
Very
you need,
noir.
You need something like that. You need something that has like a double hit on it, kind of
Yeah,
like how
starts-
Sour Patch Kids start off sour
Chocolate
and then they turn
cover
sweet and stuff
cocoa
like that.
bean.
Oh yeah.
So you need
Yes, the
you need
espresso beans.
Or
yeah, so
like
covered
chili
espresso
and
beans.
you need
chocolate.
something that's got like a double flavor or like a double texture to it.
Okay.
No, I agree with that. Or actually,
I do too.
like chocolate liqueurs would be quite good as well.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
because you're
can't
gonna
have
get the
liquor in the
sweetness of
house,
the
though.
chocolate. You're gonna get the like,
Like
the
a
bitter
cognac
sweetness
or
of the
a
chocolate.
sherry or something center.
Yeah, and then you're gonna get that bite of the liquor.
Oh,
yeah,
that
something
would
like
be
that.
amazing.
Okay, what about fantasy?
Something like that with it.
I think fantasy's
that's
got.
hard
I think fantasy's got to be either a mead or if you're going for a non-alcoholic, I think it's got to be something fizzy.
Yes. Very much
Yeah,
so.
But that also
There's
begs
a lot
the
of
question
good
of
honey
what
meats that are
subgenre in
non-alcoholic.
fantasy are you focusing on?
Okay,
Because
well,
you
I
got-
think if you're going epic fantasy like your Lord of the Rings, you've got to do full Hobbit. It's
Oh,
got to
yes,
be
full
like
Hobbit.
bread and
Mead.
cheeses, mead.
Security board.
you
Yeah,
gotta be having your first
charcuterie.
breakfast, second breakfast, 11
Yeah,
D's,
whole
lunch,
9
second
yards.
lunch.
I want a stew by book 3. Like that's how we're going with this. Romantasy, I think you need like a soda of some description, something that's got some sweetness in it, or an energy drink, something that's going to keep that like that sugar high going, because you know that they
So-
just build and build and build.
I have something. I tried something that really fit really well when I was going through Iron Flame, and it was I took regular old lemonade and then put it in a soda stream and carbonated it, and that like rode me through the entirety of Iron Flame. Like it was the best pairing ever.
Lemonade, no fizzy.
Our lemonade is fizzy. American lemonade is flat.
Ours is usually not, even if you buy it like in a bottle. So I
'Cause
carbonated
their
it with
lemonade
SodaStream,
is-
and it was even better.
Yeah, so their lemonade is literally lemon juice and sugar and water. Whereas ours is like, what we call lemonade is like Sprite or 7-Up. That's what we have as lemonade.
Fair enough.
Oh, so
What
Mitch's
is it? What
favorite
the
drink. Got it.
If you order a lemonade in the UK, you're going to get like Sprite. 9 times out of 10, it'll
Okay,
probably be Sprite.
remind me to tell them like I want like
I think you need to
normal
change your
lemonade.
restaurants because if you ask for lemonade, you'll get
No,
lemonade.
because to them, their normal lemonade is the Sprite. We're just the fucked up ones. Us Americans are just the fucked up ones.
Because look
Well,
at this
we-
way.
so if you-
lemonade should be made from lemons. Sprite is lemon lime
Well,
soda.
okay, no, sorry. I'm saying Sprite because of giving you the idea of the fizzy. Because technically anything in this country that has aid, the ADE at the end, is a fizzy drink. So like orangeade, cherryade, lemonade.
What about
Because
Gatorade?
we don't really have it.
What the hell?
We don't really
We
have
used to have it.
We don't really
We used
have.
to have it.
Yeah, we had it
But it
briefly.
got banned for being too unhealthy.
It's because of all the chemicals and the E numbers in it.
Yep. Red 40 or a Lure
Yeah.
40, whatever the fuck it's
It's the
called.
same
over
reason
here.
they changed out our Smarties, is because they had the one that was in the blue.
Yeah.
They were like, nope, that's not good for you. The only thing they've not managed to ban, they did try, but they've not managed to ban, is Iron Brew. And the only reason that they can't ban it is because it officially got placed as the official drink of Scotland. So they can't, because it's now a national.
They'll have riots on their hand if they even think about trying to pass that.
Chocolate wine.
That's
That
just
actually
Ooh,
looks
red wine and Dutch chocolate.
very nice. I don't drink anymore, but that does look
wine.
nice.
Wait, chocolate wine.
Yep. It's like infused.
Oh, so like a bit like Bailey's, but wine.
Kind of. In a way, I suppose.
Along that
I can
sort of lines.
see what connection you're trying to make, so kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, but no.
Exactly.
I'm not a wine person, but I would try that just for like
Yeah.
the Dutch chocolate mixed in with the red wine.
Apparently, it has been heard that we talk about energy drinks
it
quite a
shouldn't
lot.
work as well as it feels like it should work. It's very
Yeah, if
very
Monster wants to
No, Sneak have given me the opportunity to apply to be a like a registered
Does that give us
content
free
creator. Or
stuff?
something. I think so. I don't know. I mean, I'll take it.
I'd take free energy drinks.
Sneak's meant to be better for you, if I remember correctly.
It's meant to be better for you, but I don't know if it'll give the same sort of like serenity.
We'll have to try it.
Stuff's supposed to be good for a diabetic, but yeah, it gives you the runs if you eat too much of it.
It's because it's sugar-free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Or even
it is
diabetic friendly.
Yeah, it's the
So,
we.
Everything's got.
So I ran a
Packs.
sweet shop for a year, and
Ah.
we had a big selection of sugar-free sweets. And having to tell people when they were buying more than like 100 grams of sugar-free, that you have to legally tell them, by the way, please don't eat all of these in one go because you will get the shits. Because the chemical they use to replace the
I
sugar
will tell you right now,
will
there's
run straight through you.
56% of the
56% of the
Yeah,
American
xylitol.
population would eat all of it right in front of you just to spite you for telling them what to do.
Yeah, no. Thankfully, it
Yeah.
was mainly like
And
sweet
then-
old ladies. And so you had to say, please just kind of eat a couple at a time because the xylitol in it will give you a bit of a dodgy stomach. And they're like, okay, dear. Pat you on the head and then walk off.
So,
Lunch in the streets.
like my second year in the military, we found out about that, and so me and my buddies went and we each bought a 2-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears.
So
We went and we saw who could eat the most before they shit their pants.
Soldiers are a different breed.
Of course.
It
You
was
want
hilarious. No, Air Force.
Marines?
We were drunk though.
No,
Oh,
soldiers
okay.
are a different breed.
They are. I learned that one the hard way with Hades.
Hades, you're a soldier?
I was Air Force as well.
God damn.
Oh man, the medical
Whereas,
dorm.
I'm
every
literally
other branch
married
that is
to an
Air
American Marine.
My dad was a
It
Marine
gets
for
worse
his
over
entire
here.
career.
Honestly, no, like so my family are all armed forces, or mostly army, British Army, but and so my father was as well, so I grew up on army bases, and then because it's someone in every generation going back as far as the British Army has existed in my family has been in the armed forces. No one in my generation has, so it was going to be me. And so I joined up I did Army Cadets. Okay, get in bed, please, and thank you, before I put you in the bin. Thank you. Get bed or bin. They are your options.
Fucking, what's his name? Is it Gonzo? The Muppets.
Stick him in the bin.
What? What do you need to warm you up? You need a fan to warm you up.
Yes.
I don't think you know how that works. But anyway, you have
That
two
sounds
options:
dodgy.
bed
Just
or
give
bin.
him, just give him the fan and let him figure it out.
Put together 2 hours ago.
Mommy, 2 minutes later, Mom, I'm cold.
Don't get away from the fan. I'm not putting the fan on. It sounds like a jet engine, and it's not going to make you warm. It's going to make you cold.
That's one of those good fans.
Yes. Yes.
No,
God,
you can lie
I
down and
need
go
another
sleep.
one. I used to have one of those metal fans
Oh, I love those.
that like you turn it on one and it just like is blowing everything everywhere. My wife used to hate it, but I would wait till she was asleep and I would turn that motherfucker on high. And in winter with no heat on and that fan blasted on 3, you could raise penguins in my bedroom and I loved it.
I think that's the best description of a cold ass room I've ever heard, and I'm so gonna use it.
Like when I'm awake, I don't like it to be too cold because then like I get cold. But when I'm asleep, it better be the fucking Arctic because that's the best sleep you're ever gonna get.
Yep.
Agree.
Which
Nothing worse
makes
than
it
waking
really
up and
difficult for
sweaty.
me this time of year because I can't sleep with my window open unless I, don't want to
Have
breathe.
you looked at getting those the screen things you can get?
Yeah, it's not gonna keep the
Typical
pollen out.
American military.
There
man.
are
Jesus Christ.
screens for.
Yeah,
keeping
there are
pollen out.
like there are like special ones. I looked at them for Sai because obviously he's allergic to life.
Yeah.
I wish I could
Both
say it
of
wasn't
us.
true. I wish I could say it wasn't true, but it absolutely is.
Listen,
Everything
right?
hurts all of the time.
He's ginger, autistic, asthmatic. His hay fever, and all the like sinusitis and everything that come. Like the minute we get to like early May till about October, it's just hell on earth for him.
Let's just talk about this properly. My joints don't work. My bones don't work. So my bones don't work. My tendons don't work. I have a blood clotting disorder, so I bleed and bruise more easily than other people because my body doesn't produce the shit it needs to produce. My lungs don't work. My eyes don't work. My arm doesn't work. I've got permanent nerve damage in one arm after I shattered an elbow and had 2 surgeries to have it reconstructed.
It's just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken.
My brain doesn't
Done
work.
yet.
80 years old.
My brain doesn't work.
Bro, we
Like,
need to
if
just
I would
take
no
you
no
You and me
apart
both,
and just
Sai.
build you from scratch.
no, if I was a horse, I'd have been taken out and shot years ago.
No, you'd have been turned into
You would have
glue.
been, you would have been sent to the glue
I'd-
factory.
I still would have
Yeah.
bought you for their dinners.
No, no.
You'd have been a really
Make
great
all the-
lasagna.
Although, honestly, the glue factory may have even been like, no, too many problems.
No,
Yeah.
you'd have made a good lasagna.
It's not honestly.
For those who don't know, there was a big
have-
scandal a couple of years ago in the UK when they found
Yeah,
out
here
that
too.
like Lidl's
Also in
and
Germany too.
the Lidl's
There's a
and
thing with that.
Tesco's and that were it was actually horse meat in like the ready meals and stuff, not beef, what it was supposed to be. And
that was about fucking
in
13
true
years ago or something.
in true
Hey,
British
horse meat is good.
Oh no,
That
it's
is
very nice.
even longer ago, Akuma, because I was
Was
in
it?
school.
I'm gonna Google
I
it.
was in school when
When
this
was
happened.
the horse meat
I know it was the time that film
lasagna
What came out.
scandal
19.
It was 2013.
Alien about.
I love it.
Oh shit!
How did
Oh, damn, I
Tesco
was
overcome
graduating
the
high
horse
school.
meat scandal?
Well, and it must have been some other horse meat thing when I was in school.
That would
Probably.
probably foot and mouth.
I mean, it's not uncommon.
Turn of
Foot and mouth
turn
was
of the
bad for us.
2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in
Yeah.
Cornwall at that time, and it was really bad. No, but
was-
yeah, basically they
I
found
was
out
actually attending schooling.
they found out that there were two companies that they were working with that were actually bringing in horse meat from, I think it was Romania,
Yeah.
instead of beef and pork,
Beef.
and then passing it off as beef and pork because it was cheaper, because they could get it at like 3p a kilo. And then it came to light. I can't even remember how, but it came to light, and in true British fashion, it just became a fucking meme. Because obviously,
I would have petitioned to keep it.
like, one of the things that I'm so hungry I could eat a horse is said fairly commonly here and has been for decades, and then
Yep.
it was immediately met with, alright, I'll get you a lasagna. And just, yeah, like, we don't really, like, I don't think we really get massively, humongously bothered by things. We usually just make a joke out of shit.
Yeah. But no, it is genuinely one of those things
Break
that
time.
when
It's
she
break
says I'm allergic to everything, it is not a lie. Like,
No, it's
it's
not.
just life.
And
Like,
I'm a
it's one of
proper
the
sun baby.
reasons
I will
So
have to check
you-
those screens out.
that the only way I could be closer to being like a
vampire?
fucking vampire is if I was albino. That's it. I'm an autistic redhead. It was hilarious. I went to have bloods done recently, and they were like, your vitamin D levels have like completely bottomed out, and we're gonna have to. You are in like really seriously low levels, so we're gonna have to stick you with a really high dose vitamin D tablets. They're like, why don't you get out? And I'm like, I'm autistic and I'm a redhead, so the sun incinerates me, and I can feel like the pulsing of the fucking waves in the air, like the heat. It's so, yeah, I'm just not gonna go in it. Like, well, you should go outside more. Like, fuck off. This is not how
so
that works.
For one of our kids' birthdays last year, it was 16 degrees, which I've just done the wee thing for, so that would be 60 for you Fahrenheiters. And he turned into a lobster. Like, he burnt like a
That's worse
fucking
than me.
crab.
Dan, so I wish I could share some of my luck with that with you, Sai, because when I'm in the sun, I just turn brown.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I'm the same.
No.
I don't burn. I don't get red. I
My
just
brothers are the same.
tan.
My brothers are the same. So my
And
mum, my mum and
Who's
my
playing
brothers.
Sonic?
Yeah,
Break.
my mum and my brothers, both like all tan. They are like completely fine. Me and my dad, we go lobster-esque, and I take after my dad, like spitting image, and it's probably him who I got the tism
So
from, to be fair.
What's
So-
funny is my mom and my sister are the same way. They just burn immediately, and I find it hilarious the way that my tan is right now because we are like fully on in summer. I have white that goes like 2 inches past my wrist where my gloves sit on my motorcycle, and then I have all my forearm is tan, and then there's a cutoff right where my sleeve sits, and then that up to my shoulder is just pale white. So I've got really dark on my arms and my neck, and then around my eyes is tan, and then the rest is just pale white.
No, Casper the Friendly
I've-
Ghost looks tanned compared to me.
At the moment, I've just got like white toes because I keep wearing like ballet type
time.
shoes. So I've got that like ring around my toes, where the rest of me is tanned and just white toes. But yes, we're going to take
Well,
a
enough
quick
to get
5-minute break. So stretch, refill drinks, do what you need to do, and then we'll come back and we're going to start reading some confessions.
Yay. Potentially.
Potentially. I have quite a
Spicy.
few. There's a few of them. Exciting. Gonna judge
Mine will
you.
be easy to work out.
Gonna judge you all. Right. Be back in
I
5.
threw some in there.
But for now,
we're back.
Woohoo!
Maybe-
I need to see my little
Good
kitty.
His little void eyes.
Of course.
Get this back. Get
Your
this
browser
back.
Your little void eyes.
Piss off.
What was that about browser?
Your browser's encountered an error.
To cut my hair.
Piss off.
Your browser's encountered an error.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
reloaded it.
Don't do that. Bad.
Stupid.
Might just be chilling.
Okay, so right.
There we go.
Helicopter, helicopter. Paracopter, paracopter.
I forgot how long that is. Okay, so before we go into our confessions, we're going to talk about the 7 sins, but bookworm style. So,
Okay.
That's it.
what makes you show off your bookish pride? What makes you feel pride about being a bookworm?
Cracking open a brand new book, like just the feeling
Pretty
of like
books.
feeling that spine bend the first time.
The
When you
crisp
open a
noise
new-
it makes
yeah.
when you
Careful,
open it.
that'll trigger
Yeah.
some people.
Oh no,
My-
that
my
first,
eyes
that
are
first
already
Like
twitching.
a new book.
Not breaking the spine, opening it up and the
No,
crisp
but
sound it
as-
makes when you
as
first
you-
open it.
Yeah, that feeling of feeling the book actually open up, and then like the crisp, clean edges of all the paper.
Onyx
how-
Storm did
the
that
pages
last
have it-
night.
yeah, that first
Oh.
swish noise of
Yes.
like, new
Yes,
book paper
my Onyx
turning.
Storm did that last night, and I'm like, oh my god.
That brings me pride in book form because
does.
it's like I have this now. This is mine, and I am the person that gets to open this and experience the feeling of this book opening, and the tale within it being brought to me. That's where my pride lies.
Yes.
I
I'm
have
gonna
so
go
many wild
with
pictures in my head, really.
Oh, I do
the
too, Liz.
amount
That's
of
why I was
books I
laughing.
read brings me
Yeah,
pride
I knew that
because
you
I
were
was told I
saying.
wouldn't be reading much.
No, you are not.
So mine are my bookshelves. That's
Yes.
something that makes me proud. Limited
memento.
editions, especially getting a hold of like special editions. And I have to say that I read it before it was cool. Feeling
Yeah.
you get when you find a book before it goes mega viral. And I know that's a very modern problem because it's obviously not something that really was a thing when we were younger. But with like
For us
Bookstagram and
slightly
Book
older
Talk and
people.
everyone else, it's quite nice to read a book now and then a couple of years later you suddenly see everyone's talking about it on TikTok and you're like, oh my god, I forgot that book existed.
You know what my other pride for it is how many people I've gotten to start Fourth Wing and pressured into keep going and getting Kitten to be like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna start Onyx Storm to keep up.
Actually, no. It actually wasn't you who pressured me into starting Onyx Storm to keep up. It was Mythic.
Really?
I mean, actually, to be fair,
For spoilers.
I'm gonna take some credit here because if it wasn't for book club being themed the way it is, you wouldn't be
I wouldn't have read it. I don't think.
pushed into it quite as much. No, I'm joking. I'm glad that
Correct.
I'm glad that you're all finding it. It is.
I can also
probably-
take
I love it.
pride in the fact that I've been pushing Lexi to finish Harry Potter as fast as possible so she can start Fourth Wing. So she understands the TikToks that I send her.
And then here's Hades, who's gonna enjoy all of this and not read Fourth Wing.
I mean, to be fair,
Hades,
Sai's
I will
never
start
gonna
hitting
finish
you
it.
with all the TikToks too.
Sai's never gonna
That's
finish
fine.
it.
You gotta find him first. His name on TikTok's not the same as his Discord name.
I don't care. I'll hit him on Discord.
He's like, I have
Think
access to
I
you somewhere.
won't.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, one way or another, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna get those TikToks to you.
I think
Because
that is
I
just a
got a
level
set
of
of skills.
My
How
favorite
well
TikTok
do-
you've sent me
how
though
well send
so
you
far
TikToks?
is the Fourth
Fucking
Wing.
Liam Neeson, but of Fourth Wing TikToks. I will find you,
memes.
and I will meme you.
Oh my god, I gotta
TikTok
remember to
edition.
I gotta remember to send that in the Empyrean series chat because those memes were fucking gold.
Or you can just post them in the Bookish media. Is what it's there for.
Yeah.
Give you a whole
Let me
channel
find
just
that.
for your TikToks.
Or you get one like Crames who fucking sends me the book about removing the 20% off sticker.
Yeah, no, he sent that. They sent that to all of us in the end, and that was my fault that you all got hit with that. He was like, I don't know if I should share this. I was like, do it, and then I was like, I regret it. I take it back. Take it away.
Well, taking off one book that is and putting it on one that's not.
No, it's like when you buy a book and it's got a sticker on the front, and it's like the video is like effective ways to get rid of the sticker, and it's like ripping off the entire front page or cutting around the sticker with a scalpel so there's a hole in it, and you're like, why are you doing this? I mean, to be fair, bookshops should not put stickers on books at all, ever. If you want to put a sticker on it, plastic wrap it. Fuck's sake, it's not that hard.
Yeah. I got a bit of whiplash today scrolling on TikTok, and the text reads burning books, and I'm like, what? And then she holds up a really pretty Lord of the Rings edition. And I was like, what are you doing? And then she starts burning,
doing the wood burning.
The wood burning thing. And I was like, oh, burning. Oh, I'm okay now.
No, I have to say.
I was gonna say I thought we were about to have a riot in here because someone was burning books.
Let's move on to the next one. So, what is your act of greed? Mine is buying multiple books and then only actually reading one of them, or not reading them at all and putting them straight on my shelf.
That's exactly mine. Is buying books that I know I will not read anytime soon or ever. I just wanted them for the aesthetics.
No, I want them because I want to read them. I just never quite get round to it. Or I buy the book and then I read the ebook.
Kindle.
Bookmarks.
With books
I don't
I
even use
know I
bookmarks.
won't be reading, but it looks pretty.
Excuse me.
What about your bookish wrath?
Meaning?
Your anger. Whether it's book rage moments, DNFing, character death, series betrayals, or
breaking the spike and putting it upside
I
down.
For me,
I word vomit to Hades all the time because I get mad.
Mine is fake stickers, or soon to be a Netflix series. Fucking.
No, you know what mine is? It's been my honor. That was my
you
book rage
fucker.
moment.
Fuck you.
I almost stopped fucking reading. That it hurt in so many fucking ways and made me so fucking angry.
I also we talked about this on the Judge a Book by a Cover night. I have a particular anger hatred for changing out pretty book covers for real people, and I especially hate that we're now doing the whole, it's being made into a Netflix show, so we've got to change the cover to now have the Netflix people on it. I don't want that. The only one I will let away with is The Witcher, because Henry Cavill is very pretty. But I don't...
Oh, Henry Cavill is more than pretty.
I don't want new ACOTAR books that have real actors on them. I don't want new
have a
Wing
rage
series that have
against
the actors on them. Leave me with my pretty covers.
I have a rage against Netflix because they fired him because he wanted to stick to the lore.
They didn't know, so they didn't fire him. He stepped away. He has said that it was his choice. He, in good conscience, could not continue on with how far they wanted to deviate off the source material. And he just knew that it was going to be worse if they were
That's what
odds.
pisses me off.
But it's been cancelled fully now. We're not getting the other Hemsworth either.
Thank God.
But now
honestly,
I'm annoyed because I want to see the rest of it, but I want to see the rest of it with Henry Cavill. I don't want somebody else.
Yeah, if it doesn't have Henry Cavill, it's not worth watching because he stuck so true to Geralt that anybody else would fuck it up and ruin it.
Yeah,
for
no,
me.
100%. But we've been left on a massive cliffhanger, and I mean, I know what happens because I've read the books and I've played the games, but I want to see them. I want to see it. I want it finished, and it's never gonna happen.
I need to read the books. I've played the games, but it's been a long time since I played the games.
I'm kind of very
But just
slowly replaying Witcher 3 because that's probably my favorite video game of all time.
Right now, honestly, Expedition 33 is like by far my favorite game ever. I can't stop playing it.
Be Rising, but that's just me personally at the moment.
Just wait. We showed Sai and I have given up. We've got to the second to last boss, and it's bullshit. It's absolute fucking bullshit.
So that means we don't get to play. Darn.
No, we will. We'll totally play.
She's like, regardless of it being bullshit.
We get more
But
people to the boss,
that second,
maybe,
yeah, no, I
maybe
think
can...
if we could get enough people, it might be okay. Because
I
there's
like
just
the
too
bottle
many
scale of
things.
the people.
No, but that's fine
Oh,
because at least you'll
oh.
have enough people dealing with enough different elements that it shouldn't be too bad.
Talking about rage, I know it's game related and not. I know it's game related and not book related, but talking about rage is the idea that like making a fight difficult just by filling the screen with shit that can hit you, rather than making it like technically difficult, as in like there's specific patterns you have to follow and stuff, drives me insane.
You know what? That is actually fair. Making it so that like it just becomes an annoyance to do it.
Yeah.
To make it difficult. Versus, yeah.
The idea that, oh, I'm just going to throw more shit at you and I'm going to fill the screen so infinitely that you're going to get hit no matter what you do, versus like there are learning set patterns that a boss might have, or learning specific mechanics like that. Technically, is so much more fun and engaging, and you feel like you're actually progressing with something. If I just go, this is just going to be fucking, I'm going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you, and you just have to try dodge, and
But
it's
you
going to
can't
be
dodge
basically
because
impossible.
there's nowhere to dodge to.
Yeah,
You know what,
like,
Sai, you need to try Expedition 33 because
He's
that's
finished it.
exactly how the later bosses fights
He's
are.
finished it.
I haven't
Or he's
finished it.
near enough
I haven't
finished
finished it yet. I'm in Act 3 now.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
I was one of the main presences on the server to begin with that started talking about that game.
He would not shut
I
up.
just started New Game
He
Plus.
refuses to learn French, but he will now tell me that he knows 4 words in French, 3 of which are swear words, and 1 is slang.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, because you
Don't
learn how to
you-
say
don't you hang out
fucking
language
shit in French. Like
that's
they
it,
say
that's
it all
all
the
the
time.
language is good for.
He's
is
learned
learn how to swear.
how to say fuck, he's learned how to say shit, and he's learned how to call someone a spud.
Let's go.
Not a potato, a spud.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's a patat to not a patat.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorite quotes from that game. Also,
Yeah, tat, you're not.
fucking I was wee and then I was woo is just amazing. You won't know that reference yet, but when you get to it, you will enjoy it. I was wee and then I was woo. But then I was wee again. And then it's just like, so you were like kind of wee woo.
It was quite funny
God.
because he kept telling me
Oh.
about the game. I haven't played it, but he kept telling me about the game, and he's like, "Oh, it's got Ben Starr, and it's got the lassie from Baldur's Gate, and this is amazing. Look, they've got these actors." And then he was like, "Oh, who voices this?" And I looked it up, and I was like, "Hang on, you've been talking to me solidly about this game for like 3 weeks, and you keep mentioning me about the voice actors and Ben Starr and all this. You didn't think to mention that 2 of the voice actors are Andy Serkis and Charlie Cox." And he's like, "No, that didn't even cross my mind. I just knew Ben Starr and Jennifer English." And I was like, no, I'm sorry, no. You can't not talk to me about the fact it's got Andy Serkis in it. Fucking Gollum's in it. Nope.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
making a
Starr
fight
and-
technically, I having played MMOs
Jennifer
for
English,
like
is she
9 to 10
Shadowheart?
years. She plays Shadow Heart, yes. But no, having played MMOs for like 10 years now, making a fight technically difficult, amazing. Give me something that I have to learn the patterns of, and I have to like figure out set mechanics, and I can see myself actually progressing further and further. Don't just throw everything at me and be like, "Here, duck." Like that's not fun. And it's just like, yeah, that everything else in V Rising has been amazing up until that boss fight.
Yeah, that is something that makes a lot of sense. Like mowing down mobs is fine, but if I have to do that and then deal with a boss's attacks, it's just gonna piss me off.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that.
yeah.
So essentially what it is you have essentially a square arena, and set intervals throughout around the sides of the arena are generators that are connected to each other that shoot light, basically keep a lightning field across it, so it creates a grid. You move into that lightning field, you get slowed and take like damage. So the moment you hit it, you're essentially taking up to about 100 hit like points of damage, and you're slowed. You can destroy the generators, but they are then respawned by the boss over time. This boss will dash across the arena, grab you, and throw you into them. He will also summon arena-wide AoEs that last for up to about 30 seconds on several occasions, as well as dash behind you to immediately slam and knock you up and stun you. And that's only phase 1.
Okay, so
Not trying to
remind me not
cut
to
you.
buy the game.
And that's the second to
Trying not-
last boss in the game. And no other bosses like it so far.
Trying not to cut anybody off, but we have half an hour and we haven't
Yep.
even done the
No,
confession.
this is true. Okay, so we've got 4 more sins to do, and then we're gonna read some confessions. So, envy. What's your bookish envy? Because mine is people who have fucking gorgeous libraries in their house.
Yes. Yes.
You're also
I got-
envious of hardbacks.
I am envious of people who have more hardbacks than me.
I would love to own the leather bound tome versions of books, like the Mistborn series.
If you get me the
love.
book, if you get me the book
I would
binding kit,
love-
I can leather bind them for you.
I would absolutely love like proper thick leather bound versions of like Mistborn and stuff.
I actually got really annoyed today because I saw a video that had this gorgeous library room with the rolling ladders and everything, and the guy.
Send you that.
Yeah, I think you might have done. And the guy has built it for his
I
wife for
se-
her shoes.
Yes, I sent
It's
you
for
that
her
one earlier
shoes.
today.
I was like, they're bookshelves. You don't need that for shoes. Learn to read.
Yeah, I never understood the need for so many shoes.
I know. Everyone is allowed a collector's item or a hobby or whatever, but you've built like the most enviable looking library going. Please put books on it. Don't cover it in shoes.
Shady says hydrate and stretch.
I'm monstering, so that'll do. Okay, gluttony. Is it all night reading binges, multiple books on the go, skipping meals to finish a chapter?
Oh,
That's just
I
me,
will.
a
I will
daily
skip.
basis.
I will skip dinner. I will hold my bladder as long as possible, and I will dehydrate myself if I get hooked into reading a book. It happened to me with Fourth Wing. I spent 6 hours straight reading the book, knocked out like 15 chapters, and I had to run to the bathroom, get something to drink, and get something to eat because I was starving, thirsty, and I've been holding my bladder the entire time.
I'll just bring my Kindle and do everything while reading. And then forget, or rather, I'll make food for everyone else in the family and then forget to eat myself. And then eat cold food
Yeah,
while
I've
I'm
done
reading.
that. Or they get lost in a book and then suddenly look up and realize it's like 4 a.m. and you're like,
Yes.
Oops.
Or
And
when
you're
I
I've been
was,
trouble
and
and
you're-
you once
you're-
or twice for being up that late due to a book.
Yeah.
Well, you've scolded me for that.
I got in trouble at work for I was listening to Iron Flame and reading it at the same time, and I spent 3 hours on the clock reading and listening to the book and got absolutely nothing done.
If I was a billionaire, I'd pay you all to be members of book club, and then you wouldn't have to work.
Oh my god, you'd be the fucking best.
Sloth. Leaving books half read for months, rereading comfort books instead of your TBR.
Yours is not reading.
Oh yes.
I fucking buy you.
Yeah,
I have
I've got a
got-
bone. Hold on, I've got a bone to pick here. I buy you so many books, and you're like, I want this one, and I want this one, and this one sounds really fun. I promise I'll read it.
I will.
Bullshit.
I do. I will read it at some
Bullshit.
point
They have
before I
sat
die.
on your shelf for over a year, if not longer.
Babe, there are books on my
together.
TBR that have been on there for over a decade.
And it's
Like,
just
these are
like,
rookie
I sit
numbers.
there,
Calm down. I will
sit
read them.
there and I'm like,
So what you're saying is if she reads the book I'm writing before any of the ones you've read, you're going to be a tad upset.
No, that's
she
different.
asks for things. No,
I'm
that's,
just
that is
kidding.
different.
I gotta lay the
That
baby
is
down.
different.
Technically speaking, you buy me books because you want to be nice. It's not because I ask for books. You go shopping and then you're like, I saw this and thought of you and bring me a new book.
How many times have we gone into Sainsbury's and you've been like, I want this one, and I
Oh,
want
I'm just
this
pointing
one.
out for next time you
literally
decide you want
did
to be
it.
nice and
You
buy me a book.
literally did it
pointing
like
out
a
the stuff
month
I
ago.
like.
You showed me. Yes.
I know.
I want this one. I
I'm
want
currently
this
in the
one,
process,
and
by the way.
this one.
As a side
She also
project.
just said she wants it. She didn't say I want to read it. She
Yeah,
is
also,
a book
this is
dragon.
true. There are two separate hobbies when it comes to reading. There are reading books and there are buying books. And they are separate hobbies.
Yes.
Oh,
I buy books like people collect stamps.
you are lucky we
I
don't
want
live in
the
this big north
pretties.
right now.
I want the pretties.
Yes.
But I also love reading.
That?
Someone found what
Is
you
that
said
Hades
funny.
laughing then?
I don't think that was Hades.
No,
Pretty sure that was Kit.
in the back room.
Oh no, that was his roommate. You'll hear him every now and then.
Oh.
He makes me laugh like so hard. It is not an evening. It's not an evening spent gaming with Hades if I don't hear his roommate. It's fucking hilarious.
I forgot to change the status again. So I'm changing it now. We're no longer getting stream ready at 9:37. Okay, and finally, the pièce de résistance of bookish sins, lust. Book boyfriends, girlfriends, dragons, and whatever you shouldn't be attracted to.
Yes.
Malachi Vise.
Ah, yes, your ghosty boy.
Shadow Daddy.
My
Shadow
ghosty
Zaddy.
boy. Shadow. I have a living version of a Shadow Zaddy, so I don't even have to worry about that.
I need to find a romantasy book where... Actually...
It's nothing but goth stomming.
No.
Yes.
I figured it. Who here's read Quicksilver? Like, read it?
Mm-mm.
Has anyone actually read it to completion?
I did.
Valkyrie, that was you that just said I did, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you not think that Kingfisher comes off a bit autistic?
Definitely.
There you go. There you go, Sai. Fucking silence from him. Rude.
I'm confused to the point you're trying to make here.
Kit's got her Shadow Zaddy, because she's got her Zayden. I got my Kingfisher, because you're both as emotionally constipated as each other.
Fair enough.
Hey.
And grumpy.
I am
Men of
not
little
emotionally
words.
constipated. I just present emotions in different ways. That's all.
Sure. You tell yourself that. Okay.
I do.
Confessions. So, I'm going to read your confessions. Obviously, they are anonymous. I don't know who wrote them. You're not going to know who wrote them. But what I'm going to get you guys to do is guess which sin you think it falls under, and then I will tell you if you are right in what they have put it under. And then we're also going to react, discuss, mildly judge, or deeply relate to these bookish confessions.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah. We said it the other day. We listen, we judge, but we don't shame.
Yes.
So we will judge you for things you say, but we're never going to shame you. This is fine.
Yeah, to each their own.
Yeah,
we don't
what was
kink
it?
shame here.
What was it you said, Une? I'm not going to yuck your yum.
Exactly.
We're not yucking anybody's
That's
yum.
great. I love
Fucking
that.
brilliant.
I love that.
To be honest.
Okay.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum. It's just not my yum.
Okay, so the first one is, if a sleeve rips, like a dust sleeve, I will throw it away.
That's valid.
I relate to that, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I will try to mend and then throw away.
If
I
it's
feel really bad about it.
If it's a little
it's
rip,
noticeable on the front after you've taped it or tried fixing it, then yeah, throw it away. But if it's almost as good as new, looks wise on the front, then keep it.
fair. What?
Unless obviously you're one of those people that like has to have it pristine.
What sin do you think that falls under?
Pride.
I think it's got to be pride.
Yeah. Feels pride.
Okay. Next confession. I collect books but never read them.
Greed.
That's greed. 100%.
They've actually put gluttony.
Oh. Actually, yes. That is.
But I would probably say that
I feel like it could go under either one.
I think it could go under. I actually think it probably fits more in. I think it depends on the reason.
Yes.
If you're just collecting books because you have to have them all, then it's definitely greed. If it is that you enjoy collecting books, not necessarily
I will fully admit
to have them
that
all.
was me. That was me. It was mainly because I enjoy collecting the books and enjoy the feeling they give me buying new books. So
I would say it's probably gluttony then. So you're correct.
Yes.
Not that this is a are they right, are they wrong? It's just a
No, I just
for the gigs.
No.
Next up. For loving stories as much as I do, I've never actually finished reading Lord of the Rings. You know how I said we listen, we judge, and we don't shame?
No, we're going to shame that one.
It's hard to not shame.
I'm trying so hard not to be like, go finish it!
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the focus off that one. I've never read any of the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbits.
Same.
My girl.
I'm just
Same.
gonna say
Started them
that
at
is.
all, then it's
Never
different
read them.
than not
Watched
finishing
them.
them.
Never finished
I have
the
watched
movies
all
either.
the movies.
Hey,
I
guess
have
what's
watched
going into
more
the
than
fantasy book?
60 hours of lore videos about
Guess
Lord
what?
of the Rings.
I'm gonna put in fucking.
But I haven't actually read
Guess
the
what's
books.
going
Oh,
in?
rather,
fucking
actually, I've started. but
Book of the month next month. I'm putting in Fellowship of the Ring. I'm putting in The Hobbit. I'm putting in The Silmarillion. Putting in all of
If it's
them.
an audiobook, I'm fine with it.
We've got it. We have the audiobook for Lord of the Rings.
Well then.
And I have
I'll put that on my
feeling. I have a feeling as well. I also have a version that's not on the library yet, but it can be. That is acted.
Yeah, see, I just
If,
got
if it's
so
graphic audio, then
mad.
I'll listen to it.
I'm going to.
I got the English version in Big Pocket, and I got the hardcover in Swedish for Christmas the same year. So I started reading the English one in school at English class because what we were doing in school was too basic for me to actually have any kind of.
We do have the full dramatized, full cast BBC radio dramatization of The Fellowship of the Ring on the library. It's only 4.5 hours long.
Oh,
But
that's
why?
nothing.
So
Half of the book missing.
we actually have two versions. So we have the narrated, which is narrated by Andy Serkis, and we have the dramatized, which is done with a full cast of both.
Well,
both of them are the
How was
Fellowship.
the full cast?
My mom
Only
borrowed
4
my book
hours.
out, and I got mad, and then I
don't
didn't finish.
know. The
I don't know,
narrated
Sounds
one
like the
is
It sounds like they
22
just did the
hours.
film. Yeah.
See, that would sound about right. Like, even part 1 of Onyx Storm is longer than that.
It sounds like the full cast is just like
It might be the film.
It's the film read out or something like that.
It could well be.
That sounds very strange.
I'm going to look into
Yeah.
that
Math
because
ain't
it might.
mathing.
Hang on. Let me check my actual because that's off my Audible. Off your hot pop. Come on.
The math ain't mathing, dude.
The math is not mathing. Library. Right. God, look at all these books of the month. Yeah, it is. It's only 4.5 hours.
Oh no.
How?
With its first
Also speed
broadcast on
reading.
BBC Radio 4 in March 8th, 1981, so this is pre-film, the dramatised tale of Middle-earth became an instant global classic. It boasts a truly outstanding cast, including Ian Holm, Michael Hordern, Robert Stevens, Bill Nighy as Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, right.
It's an adaptation by Brian Sibley and has been divided into 3 corresponding parts, with newly recorded beginning and end narration by Ian Holm, who now stars as Bilbo in the films. Part 1, The Fellowship of the Ring, introduces us to Frodo Baggins, with his uncle Bilbo having mysteriously disappeared, finds himself in charge of a ring, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'll have to have a look and see if I'm missing more of it. Because it could be that there's multiple parts of the first one.
That's what it sounded like it said, since it's got 3 additional parts. I believe it said.
4 hours for an audiobook does not sound right.
No.
No.
Even
But
for one
but
as
it is
small
a
as The Hobbit.
radio. It's a radio adaptation of it.
That makes sense.
So you're getting half or even a third of a book,
Because
basically.
even they've got the Return of the King here, and that's only 3 hours.
Oh,
So yeah, maybe.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, I can read it. I can read the trilogy in a weekend. So
Aye, but that's reading it. You can obviously read it faster than you can speak it.
I don't know. Have you seen me rabbit on?
But you know what I mean, like to form the coherent thought of brain to mouth and not fuck it up, especially over radio.
You mean like how you're struggling right now?
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
It does
there
take
is
some
there
fucking
is the drama.
concentration.
There is the dramatized audio, which is the BBC Radio 4 acted version, and they are quite short. So, if you would like to listen to them,
It's a
Makes
rip-off.
sense for a
I think
Hobbit.
that's a
the
rip-off.
the first one is 4 hours and 35 minutes. The second one is 4 hours and 29 minutes, and the third one is 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Considering I listen at 1.5 speed, that's
You could probably do those in an afternoon.
yeah.
But we also have the versions narrated by Andy Serkis. I will be adding The Silmarillion and The Hobbit as well, narrated by him. So you will have the full set of that. So you've got options. It's not too bad.
I mean, I have the.
But I do
standing
recommend
in my
them
bookshelf.
because all of the fantasy you
Dragon
read
without its
today-
rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. Welcome
Which is
to the
why,
fourth
why
wing.
I worded the confession the way I did.
But yes, I would recommend reading or listening to them in some form, whatever form works for you, because all of the fantasy that you know and love today would not exist if it wasn't for Lord of the Rings. And it is one of those book series where I will go, it is worth it. I know some people don't get on with how descriptive he is. I happen to love it. Please give me 4 paragraphs on what the food that the Hobbit are eating looks, tastes, smells like. Love it.
Oh, I love that style.
Yes, I'm into the heavy immersive narration, and that's how he writes. But I do
very nice.
recommend them. I really do. Right, more confessions. I hate hardback books. I think they're impractical and heavy.
I mean,
No.
valid points, but can't
The
it be
heavy-
easy?
I'll give
will
you the
shame for that.
heavy. I'll give you the
Valid,
heavy
but
because
wrong.
they
Can't shame.
are.
Can't shame.
Yes, you can.
No, I'll give you.
No.
We can judge.
You're valid on the
Yeah, that's
heavy.
it.
I don't agree that you're valid on the impractical. I think they're very practical because they're pretty.
Not only are they pretty, if you have children like I do, my youngest, who currently is in the habit of destroying paperbacks, the hardbacks are very needed.
You need to. You need to.
I'm trying. I am
Clock
trying.
the kid
He
with
is-
a book.
We put books away.
The very
They can
first
stay under.
time I watched him destroy a book, I looked at Mittens and I'm like, take care of him before I flip.
I will say, for as feral as my children are, they have learned from a very, very young age that the one thing they do not disrespect is Mama's books. And I think I think they know.
I almost threw my child in the trash can because I finished Fourth Wing, and while I was downstairs making food, he grabbed the front and the back and like yanked, and I thought I heard something tear. Luckily, nothing is damaged on Fourth Wing. Nothing is damaged. The book is okay. The spine is okay. But I almost put my child in the trash can and put him at the curb.
I think my kids know that if they touched any of my books, I don't mind if they just want to look at them. I have lots of like myth and legend books, and like my middle daughter's got really interested in like reading the mythologies and stuff. So I absolutely don't mind them coming and having a look at them, but they know that if they touch them in a way that they're going to damage them, I will get rid of them to replace the books.
To be fair, he's only
very
destroyed his
firmly.
books. He hasn't gotten mine because I will commend Mittens for this. As soon as he started destroying books, Mittens made extra shelves to get my books out of his reach.
That's fair.
So I will
Mittens
commend
is a good
him for
one.
that.
Look at
That's
him.
why I have to be careful with my books, because my kids have a habit of anytime I buy them a book, pages start getting torn out, and then the book is completely empty, and then they'll grab their book and they will rip down the spine to separate the front and the back cover.
Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think partly is to blame for that?
They only do it to their books, and they know not to touch my books, otherwise, their hand is gonna hurt.
Do you know what I think is partly to blame for that? I think it's notebooks with tear out pages.
Very possible. It is very possible.
My kids are 5 and 4. I do blame their coloring books though, because their coloring books have tear out pages.
Yeah, no, but that's the problem. They don't know how to associate differently. So if you give them like a book that has something where you tear out pages, then you give them a picture book, they're gonna go, well, I like this, and rip it out. Like, we had that with our kids, and they were like, why can I rip that one, but I can't rip this one? And I was like, because that one's meant. And so I had to show them, like, the little, like, the tear strips in it. And basically say, if it has this, you can rip it. If it doesn't have this, it's not to be ripped. And that seems to have somewhat
I have a
worked.
box set of, like, 12 fairy tale mangas that are hardbacks. And my kids got into them, and I almost lost my shit. They are okay. They are put way out of reach. They are all okay. But my kids are destructive as hell to books, and that is why I am like terrified to buy new ones.
That is why you've been listening to them instead of reading them. That makes sense.
This is fair. This is also why ebooks, when you have small children, are superior.
That's why I did Iron Flame. I did Iron Flame entirely ebook and graphic audio specifically for that. But because Onyx Storm only has part 1 out, and I'm impatient as fuck about the book, and I will just be putting it up and out of the way.
Like
I read
Onyx
on my
Storm
desk without moving.
twice. I read the
Onyx
first
Storm.
2 just before it released, and then the minute I finished it after release, I immediately started Fourth Wing again and reread the 3.
I will
you guys have
probably
been, you
read
guys
them
have been
back.
talking about it, and I'm getting the itch to read it again. And I'm like, it's been like 3 months, and I'm like, but I want to read it. I'm going to, because I know it has genuinely become one of my favorite series.
Yeah,
Yes.
this has
got
me
him
in the
in there.
same grip that the Aragon series did.
That's fair. Right, let's do some more. We've still got some more sins to do. This is an interesting one. I always judge a book by its cover. The cover was more often than not chosen by the author. It's what they choose to represent their book. If I don't like their choice in artwork, chances are I won't like their writing either.
Oh, okay.
It's an interesting take that I haven't thought of before.
Sounds fair.
So whoever has
To be
put
fair,
I always go off of the synopsis.
that
I've never
is going
gone
to
off the
become
cover.
another conversation. I think we're going to have to talk more on that. So whoever, if anyone wants to own up to that, they can DM me, because I would like to talk about this more. I'm not going to.
It's a very fair point.
No,
to
it is.
make,
It's not
actually.
something
Yeah,
I've never thought of it like that, because I absolutely judge a book by its cover. I want, like, the cover is what first catches my attention, so of course I'm going to judge it. And so, but to actually think, well, hang on, the author has put the effort into giving their artist the brief for what they want and okaying this, and so of course if I really hate a cover, then the chances are that me and that author probably just don't have that like synergy is actually a really, really interesting take.
It is. Like, I
Yeah, that-
actually want to talk to this person, so that is actually kind of cool.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's an interesting take, though.
Next up. Stuffier Kindle events make my greed for books and my previous pride for not getting books. I might not ever go. Sorry, I'm going to read that again because my brain stuttered in the wrong place. Stuff your Kindle events make my greed for books and my previous pride for not getting books I might ever read go to war in my head. Greed usually wins.
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, you got to figure, like, once you are caught up on like your have to read ones, like you have those backups that you can turn to, or when you burn yourself out on a book, because I've done it before. You just read a book so much and then you get like 60-70% of the way through it and you're like, I love this story, but I just can't handle more of what's going on. Now you have something that you can take a little break to go to and like kind of break up the monotony of like a series, because a series is going to stay in the same genre. So sometimes you get burnt out on a genre and you need a nice little switch.
Or you get like me, who I had for schooling, I had to read for 3 months straight of coursework. I haven't picked up a book for fun until Onyx Storm last night.
Yeah, so I feel like that's something that's like I understand the war that you have to have with it of like, well, I may never read this book, but like it's too good of a damn deal to pass up and have. But I can also see it as like it would be a good idea to have it as a backup, you know, just in case you need to break something up. Because I can sit and read a 5-book series in the same genre, no problem. But then I want a little different flavor, a different taste of something else. And so that would be good because then you have backups.
But do you really need to have almost 800 backups?
I think
yes,
where at least 300 of them are books that I'm never gonna read.
I think we have to accept that when we take on the mantle of being a bookworm or a book dragon or a bibliophile or whatever name you want to go by, it's an obsession.
Yeah,
and with that comes the fact that there is a push to have as many books as possible. And, you know, and we're surrounded by it constantly. I see it and I was looking at mine the other day, and the bookshelf that sits behind me has got £500-600 worth of books on it, purely because they're all hardbacks. And so I know they're £20 to £30 a piece. And I know that a lot of them I've got on a good deal because I do subscription boxes. So I'm
Either.
spending like £25 and I'm getting a special edition hardback with extras. So I'm making the money's worth. But I still sit there and look at social media and I look at somebody else who's like, oh, I got into Book Talk like a year ago, and I'm looking at a room that's got thousands of pounds worth of books in it. And then I'm jealous because I'm like, well, I want that. I want like walls covered in shelves full of gorgeous, beautiful, pretty sprayed edged hardbacks. And so we are constantly pushed to get more and more. But with doing a Stuff Your Kindle event, you are most of the time supporting indie authors, which is big. And you're not spending a small country's national debt. So I'd just take the win.
Books.
Right.
Books. So.
What's up next? I bought Stephen King's It because it was popular at the time, but I hate horrors and I'm too scared to read it. Do you know what?
That is very
That's
fair.
valid.
That's adorable.
That is very valid.
That could be me.
That is very, very fair. I have also
is
been
very
I've
fair.
been pushed into buying books because popular, only to never read them because either they're not at all what I'd like, or I'm like, no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's valid.
What's up next? I once borrowed a book from a friend and loves it so much I told her I gave it back, but I kept it for myself. It was Eclipse from the Twilight series.
God.
That is greed.
That is definitely greed.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I gotta give you props though. I give you props. It's devious,
What?
but
Very devious. Like,
Managing
I
to
want to
pull
know
it
how
off
your
is
mind
pretty-
works.
pretty hard.
but considering that it was probably quite easy to get another copy and they were quite cheap back then, I'm not gonna be too shameful on you. Can have one Hail Mary to clear yourself of that. I don't know what a bookish Hail Mary is. Do you know what? Fuck it. Nox, where are you?
I love that. She's like, I don't know, but fuck it, we're gonna make one.
Yep. Well, last Stuff Your Kindle event that I participated in, I at least read the
A Bookwyrms
I read the blurb.
benediction.
Oh dear.
I love it.
For the absolution of bookish sins, both whispered and writ. In the name of the prologue, the plot twist, and the unreliable narrator, I confess to crimes against the pages, to breaking spines, dog-earing corners, to buying books I may never read, and rereading the same comfort novel while my TBR weeps. I have judged covers, I have lusted after morally grey love interests, I have read the last line first, I have sinned in libraries, I've highlighted in pen, and yes, I've fallen for the villain. But I am a reader still, and all stories, even flawed ones, deserve redemption. So grant me the strength to face my unread stacks, the grace to let go of gilded paperbacks, and the courage to DNF without shame. Let my shelves be full, let my tea be hot, and may my next read destroy me utterly. By the ink, the law, and the worm that hoards all books. Amen.
Yes, please, and thank you.
I'm gonna put
Thank you,
this.
Nox.
I'm gonna put this in book club.
Yep.
I
we need
think
that.
that needs in and pinned.
You need to put that up on the site as well.
It's got to go on the website as well. Absolutely.
Yes.
Who's just joined us?
Looks like Neva. Hello.
Hi, Neva.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm so late. I
No,
thought it started
no.
at 4, and then I told myself I would join no matter how long nap time and lunch took me.
No, you're all good. We're drop in, drop out. Never tell you off for
Just
being
wanted to
late.
say hi.
Hello. Well, you're just in time to hear some more bookish sins. Who's up next? We have... I'd never read a spicy book until Fourth Wing, and now I love them. Someone is living into their lust. Who's just joined us this time? My brain can't read lists. Someone else just joined. I heard the pitting.
I don't know.
Akuna,
sure.
Valkyrie,
We don't see
Julia,
anybody new unless.
Luki,
Yeah.
Liz, Kitten, Hades, Cyberus, Keres.
Someone left earlier. I think it was Valkyrie who left and rejoined now.
I'm gonna be nosy because
great.
I've got logs. Ha 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 ha. Oh, Valkyrie came back. Welcome back, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
I'm like, it made
Seems like
the
you can't
bleepy
hide
noise.
from me.
I will abuse my power to read through logs. Oh, you got kicked out? Oh no! How did you get kicked out?
For not speaking in VC.
Oh, you
speaking.
got
To the
shifted to
AFK.
AFK jail.
Yeah.
Well, 100% are found their love of spicy books from Fourth Wing given to the lust well done.
Embrace.
Embrace it. Who's next? Normally I treat
my very first spicy book.
This is gonna be good.
Normally I treat my books
Ooh.
with respect, but as soon as you see that they are used in quotations, mostly by accident, I put dog ears in them instead of a bookmark, or I tape them up if a page rips.
Accident.
I
I mean, I tape them if a page rips.
Taping them if a
I will
page
do
rips,
that.
I'm fine with. Please don't dog ear your pages.
I
could hear the
feel
pain in your voice as you said
inexplicable.
that.
I can't explain the rage that I feel when I see a book with dog-eared pages.
No, just no.
I was so mad. I checked out like the third or the fourth Aragon book from a library, and there were dog ears like every 20 pages. It pissed me off so much. I made them order a new copy to replace that one. I was so pissed.
No, it's
Because
something. So I like
it was
to
so
I like to check.
frequent.
I like to check charity shops or like Goodwill and things like that for books because you can usually find some gems. But I will look through it, and if it's been dog-eared, I will put it back. Like even if it is
So
a
the
pound,
one
I won't buy it.
that was talking about Harry Potter and Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I didn't know better and I read them so much that the spines and stuff.
Oh, I don't know if we've
I
got
read
to
Harry Potter
yours.
as a kid. That's when I did
Oh,
it too.
I found Akuma's confession.
It'd be that hard, was it?
No, it was not that hard because the bookish sin literally just says "Dommy mummy."
Yes.
I wonder who that is.
Okay.
I wonder who's that is.
Yeah. Who could this
might
be?
Might I suggest reading Madame from Sarah Kate?
Yep, I've
Oh,
got that.
I've given him a list.
Yeah.
I put Knox and I went to work, and I was like, okay, here's this, and he was like, no, I need something darker. So I went back to Knox and was like, okay, take this and then make it darker. And darker, and darker. Right, now we need more Dommy Mummy. Keep going. And then finally got together a list. I was like, here we go. Right, so I used to be a paperback spine breaker, especially with my old Harry Potter and Twilight books. I'm going to give you a pass because you said used to, which means you've learnt from your mistakes. And I do think everyone is allowed to change.
I can confidently say that I've never broken the spine on a book.
I have done it to school books.
I got really, really mad because there was one of those videos they were like, oh, I know how to piss you off, reader edition, and the first thing she did was brand new book in her hand. She just went crack, and I was like, nope, gone. I said, report this. I don't want to see it.
I blocked someone for
Honey
that.
Badger, no, don't dog ear your books. Don't do it.
Well, it was. She's using used to.
Yeah, I know. I'm allowing people. I'm allowing people to grow and change. I'm allowing people to grow and change. I'm allowing people to grow and change.
I always try
So
to.
when
break
I
the
was
spine
reading,
in. Oh, you go first.
when I was reading Harry Potter, mind you, I was 7. I dog-eared it once, and I felt terrible because it never healed.
No, it doesn't.
And since then, I've never dog-eared. I've used Pokemon cards as fucking bookmarks.
Receipt.
Because I felt so bad because I was looking at the book when it was closed, and I was like, no, I can see the exact page where I did it. I felt so bad. So I use anything and everything that I can for bookmarks.
Yeah.
As long as you don't use food.
Yeah, no food.
No.
Please
No,
don't
I
use.
use.
I don't believe.
Definitely
I can't
wrappers.
believe I actually have to say this, but please don't use things like tacos as bookmarks.
No. Oh God, no.
sandwiches.
Look, okay, you look.
Or
look, you
lettuce
put
leaves.
tacos.
Or
Look, you put tacos or sandwiches near me. I'm gonna eat them. That's how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
It's
no,
food,
I will
not
use
fucking
Pokemon
bookmarks.
cards, Magic the Gathering cards. I've used Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've used
nerd
cards galore. I've used yes, very much so.
Just nerd.
Don't judge me. I'm collecting One Piece trading cards right now. Back off.
nerd.
No,
I've
that's
used-
valid to use like Pokemon cards or something.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they're
it's
actually
valid.
really
I mean-
good. They're really good bookmarks. I've used like napkins, like anything that I
Receipts.
can put
Receipts
in there
is the one I
to.
use because I always have a million of the fuckers in my handbag.
Yeah.
So it's always there's
I
always
think I
one
used
to hand.
sock already.
I've
Yeah, no,
used
sock's
my
been
old
used.
I've used my old driver's license as a bookmark before.
Oh, junk mail.
Like, yeah,
I've used
literally
another
any-
bookmark.
anything that I can
Envelopes.
put in there to save my spot without screwing up any part of the book, I will use. But now I have an actual like bookmark, so
Right.
I'm good.
So there's one
I have
final.
several.
There is one final confession, and I saved it till last because I want to have a bit of a chat about it because I think it's rather interesting. It says, I'm extremely envious of people that do and keep up to date with what I've read, to the point I've had to unfollow people to keep from getting mad at myself about it. I want to talk about this a little bit because I've brought it up a little bit. Social media has become a bit of a book lover's paradise at the moment. It's fantastic. I'm loving that so many people are getting a voice on social media. And as someone who is also on social media in the bookish sphere, it is, for the most part, a wonderful place. But, big but, because we always know with social media, it's so fucking hard because all you want to do is compare yourself. And the fact is, we have to remember social media is not real life. Even with like TikToks and the day in the lives and stuff like that, it's still not real. It's not there every day. But it is hard. And I understand completely I've had to unfollow people because I've done it. I have struggled really hard recently with feeling like I'm failing at reading because I'm watching people post their like their Fable shelfies and stuff like that of how many books they read last month, and I'm like, oh my god, I only read this many, like how far behind I am. And again, I have to remember that not a lot of them probably aren't parents, which a lot of us are. A lot of them probably don't have the lives that we have. And so for this, I do want to tell each and every one of you, individually, that you are doing a fantastic job. Even if you read a page a month, you are doing a fantastic job. And you are still a reader. Whatever way you put it.
I honestly have to agree with you on that because I feel like when I scroll through and I see like everyone in here posting like all of their bookshelves and everything, and then I go on TikTok and I see people like showing off their book collections and their bookshelves, I feel like mine is just crap or like lackluster or like I suck at being part of like the book community, because at this point all I've got is my 12 copies of Fairy Tale, which are in like their own little box set, and then Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm. So I don't even have like the full collection of the Empyrean series that's out right. Like I haven't bought Iron Flame. I audiobooked it and digitally read it. And so and then like I don't have a bookshelf because of my current living situation. So I don't have somewhere to put my books. So they just kind of go in like wherever I can put them that I know my kids aren't going to get to. And so it just makes me feel like, well, shit, look at what these other people have that I don't. And it's just kind of got me like, well, am I even like on the same level as these people, or am I just
Yes.
like?
Okay, so
you know,
let's
I'm gonna
let's-
counter you there.
Let's do a little
if
bit.
you don't
yeah.
mind.
No, go Kit.
The way I see it is you might not be reading, or you might not have enough, what you consider enough books, or the bookshelf to protect your books, but you are essentially putting your books up, you're taking good care of them, so you are essentially have the behavior of being a reader. Even if you don't have the bookshelf, don't have the books, you are doing what a reader does. So therefore you are a reader whether you read 1 page or 50 pages.
But also, let's real.
important.
Oh, sorry, no, carry on. Say.
As I say, I think it's really important to remember as well, though, that like reading
Everyone has a life.
takes effort. Like it's something that I'm having to. I've talked about it before, but like I'm having to relearn to read for fun. I used it, and it through a lot of therapy and everything else. I realized that for me, I used reading as an escape. I didn't like being around people. I didn't have the greatest backstory as such, so I would sneak off to a room and read for hours and then just to avoid people.
Valid.
I can't actually say that I read for the enjoyment of it, more just it was better than what I would have to do otherwise. And so for me now, not only coming to terms with the fact that like I'm an adult, I have other things that I can go do that I probably will enjoy more. But in the same instance, a book is a commitment. And on top of that, like for me, again, coming from a place of like, I've unmasked my autism, I've unmasked my ADHD as a side effect of that. My attention span has gone to shit. Having to, again, learn to kind of almost like mask through reading to be able to engage with a page it's a lot. And so a lot of the times it can feel like everything is against you trying to sit down and take that time. And we're all going to have sort of independent struggles with it. But that doesn't mean that, A, you're not trying, and it doesn't make you any less of a reader for not being, good at it, essentially, or for not having the time to do it, or whatever you might think. Because I don't feel good at reading. How many times do I complain to you, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Being like, I want to sit down and read this thing, and I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. I almost feel like I'm having to force myself to do it. But if I know if I don't, I never will. And so it's just like, yeah, it's always good to just remember that just because you don't do something often, or just because you're not good at something, just because you're not as engaged with it, doesn't mean that you're any less involved with it. I play Magic the Gathering on the odd occasion. I'm still a Magic the Gathering player. It makes me no less of one.
That right there.
But
that is something. So we've been around a year now, and from day one of the big things that we wanted to put across, because I've been in book clubs before, and it's always been the same thing. It has always been this very judgmental, we're going to read this, you need to read at this speed, and you have to enjoy what we enjoy, and you have to do it in the way that we do it, otherwise you're not a reader. And I fucking hate it. Reading...
Because not everyone reads at the same speed.
No, and not everyone reads the same thing, and not everyone is going to like the same stuff, and not everybody
not
can
everyone
sit
reads
down...
in the same way.
Yeah, and not everyone is going to sit down for 12 hours on a day and read with a book in their hand. I love my hardbacks. They are my pride and joy, and I now have the ability, which 3 years ago I didn't have, to be able to actually spend a little bit of money and buy really pretty books I love. But I also know that because of my disability, I can't hold them. So I read ebooks because I can hold that, and I have a holder for my Kindle, and I have a clicker to make it easier, to make it more accessible for me to read. It's not going to stop me buying my hardbacks because I love them, but I also know I am 100% buying them not to read because I physically can't hold them for long periods of time. But I don't care, and I will say this until I'm blue in the face, and I'll say it until I drop dead. I don't care if you read a page a year. If the only reading you get to do regularly is a picture book to your kids, if you read audiobooks, if it is mangas, if it is the newspaper, I don't care. You are a reader. And every single one of you, whether it is smutty novellas that are plot what plot, and that's the only thing you read, and they're 200 pages a time, whether it is Dostoevsky, I can't pronounce his name right, I've completely murdered that, whether it is self-help, or uplifting, or memoirs, or it is every fantasy book under the sun, or it's sci-fi, or horrors, I don't care. Every single one of you is a reader.
Yes.
And you could put down books tomorrow and not pick up another book for a year. Guess what? You're still a reader.
Yeah.
And you're still valid in this space. Always. You want to come and talk to me about an article you read on a news site? Well, you read something. That's reading. Come and talk to me about it. You read comic books? Cool. I'm a Marvel mega fan, so I can talk that to him blue in the face. And if you come and talk to me about DC, I'm gonna laugh at you, but I'll still listen.
Superman.
I listen.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll do you a better. Henry Cavill Superman.
Right, listen.
Oh my god.
Henry
You just heard the
Cavill
sigh.
Henry Cavill makes everything better. It can be pure shit, but it's Henry Cavill. Like, I'm sorry. Superman is fine.
Yes.
DC is fine. It's not Marvel, and I think it's one of those things where you end up being one or the other. It's like you
Yeah,
either drink
both.
tea or
I
you
would
drink
like
coffee,
both.
but it's just you fall into camps, and I am.
Both. I'll sit and happily watch both.
Like the whole Red Bull versus Monster debate.
Absolutely. I will, as I said to Kittens about her poor taste in energy drinks, I might not be happy about it, but I will still love you anyway.
Oh, Red Bull's the only
Hey,
wrong
I could say
option.
the same about you. I could say the same about you. I
You
still
would be
love
wrong,
you, but
and
that
that's
vile
fine.
stuff. You would be wrong. We're not getting into this. Not on
Hey,
Book
You're all
Stream.
entitled to your wrong
Again,
opinion.
But no.
Come on.
With social
Yeah,
media,
let's have an argument.
I can sit there, and it has taken me a very long time to get to the stage I'm in. Up until about 4 months ago, I didn't have a bedroom. I slept on a sofa bed in my living room because my kids needed the space upstairs, and so that was the compromise I made, which meant I did not have space. I wasn't able to have a bookshelf or any space to hold any of them, and unfortunately, bar a few that I managed to save, every book I owned was ruined and got rid of as a something we're not going to get into because it's a very different conversation, and we're not going to do that on stream. But it's taken me a long
Also,
time.
in healthy situations.
Yeah, it's
that were
taken me a
remedied
long
when we
time
got together, basically.
to get to where I am. And even now, I have a single bookshelf, and I've been very lucky that Sai, for my birthday, got me the Illumicrate subscription, and I have been fortunate enough to be able to keep that up. So I've been lucky enough to gain a new book every month, plus some extras he's bought me, or I've had a little bit of spare cash and been able to buy myself ones. But this is the exact reason that we started the library. Because I've been in the position where people have gone, I really want to, like, oh, I really want you to read this book, it's so good. And I've had to sit there and go, I can't afford it. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to, but I can't. I can't put another, like, 10, 15, and books are getting more expensive.
Yeah.
I remember when it used to be, like, $7.99 for a book. I was looking yesterday because Waterstones, which is the UK's version of Barnes & Noble, put out a thing about they do points. So every time you buy a book, you earn points, and when you get so many points, you get, like, a free voucher to spend on more books. Their point system works that you spend £100 and you get a £10 voucher. That's probably quite great in the grand scheme of things. It would take me quite a while to spend £100 on books. It's not something I could just drop in a month. It would be little bits here and there, which is why I love that we have the Works, which is kind of dollar store-ish. Because they tend to do, like, 3 books for £5 or stuff like that. And The selection's not fantastic, but I can usually find good deals, which allows me. And online services also allows me to dip into little subscriptions here and there. Obviously, I've got like Audible and stuff like that. And so me having that little bit extra to be able to do that, and also what obviously we earn from things like the streams and your subscriptions, that goes into buying the books for the library so that I don't ever have to hear one of you go, I'd really love to read this, but I can't afford to, because it's there. That's 100% what it's there for. It's so nobody ever feels like they can't join in with something purely because of circumstance. Because I'm in a position now where we're able to change that.
And that's why I'm
You
so
won't let me
thankful for
help
the
you.
library. Like, I'm extremely thankful for the library, because if I had to wait for Iron Flame, I don't know when I would have gotten through the book. Like, the library literally allowed me to experience the graphic audio and read the book at the same time when I didn't have the availability to go on Audible and buy the graphic audio and then buy the book and then be able to do them side by side. The library gave me the ability to do that, and I'm so thankful that we have something like that.
Same.
World of Books is a good one as well, Ari.
World of Books is a good one, and I found out now that technically, because I bought a domain so that we could host the Bookwyrms Lair website, we now class as a bookish business.
Oh, very nice.
Which means I now have access to 66 books. So I need a car. I need an empty car. So I have just noticed we've had a very sneaky last minute confession. So I'm going to read that and then we're going to wrap up because we have gone over by half an hour. Thank you, Kit, for reminding me because I did not notice the time at all.
You're welcome.
The final sin of the evening is I have books that people want that I don't want, but I will not trade or sell them, and I don't know why.
Greed.
Book Goblin.
Yeah,
that's literally what it is.
I'm sorry, that's valid. I have books on my bookshelf that I did not enjoy, and I still won't get rid of them. Just because...
So, I understand that, not because I do that, but because I'm like that with my D&D dice. I will buy dice every single time I go somewhere that has them, and I do not actively play D&D at the moment. I just like having the clicky clacks.
No, and Honey Badger has said, I'm a dragon, they are my horde, can't get rid of them. I agree. I think if I really liked somebody, if it was like a close friend and they said, like, oh, I've been looking for this book everywhere and I can't find it and I really want it, then I probably would be like, look, I hated it, so have it. But other than that, no. It really takes me a lot to get rid of a book. I mean, I have my... I got, for Mother's Day, I got the Complete Jane Austen collection, and it was to replace my original Complete Jane Austen collection that was my mother's, and then became mine, and is quite old, has no front cover, because it got ripped off. I won't get rid of it. It's falling apart, and I still won't get rid of it, because the idea of, like, putting it in the bin hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, it can just live there in its broken self.
I'm gonna call myself
you could
out.
rebind it.
That was me, obviously, because I came so late. I'm so sorry, but I don't know what it is. Like, even with my friends are just like, "Oh, can I have it?" I'm like,
"No, get your own."
To be perfectly honest, I don't share. I don't lend out books. That's probably
no, it's not
mine.
even lend. It's like they know I don't like it. Like, for example, I have a subscription to Fairy Loot, so I get a lot of their pre-orders, and there's a specific pre-order I did not like. I'm sorry.
Go on, I want to know what it is now.
The carnival, not the carnival.
Caraval.
The broken Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Oh, okay. Do you know, I've heard a lot of 50-50 about that. People have either absolutely loved it or hated it.
I don't hate it. I'm just indifferent to it because I read Carnival, and I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like her writing went a little bit downhill.
Fair.
And I sit and look at it. And my friend's like, "Well, can you give it to me because it's her absolute favorite book?" And I'm like, "No."
No, but also fair.
Like, I love you so much. I consider you my sister. I've known you for like 20 years, but I had to fight a 3-hour to wait time for this book. It's gonna sit on the shelf.
That's fair.
And I'm just like, I know she would love it more than me, but I'm just like, why am I like this?
I have a
'Cause we are
book
book
that I
dragons.
bought. I have a book that I bought as a box set. It's been chewed on. It's been like it should probably go in the trash, but I refuse to because that was my very first fantasy series that I thoroughly enjoyed, as well as the very first box set that my mother bought me. So I'm like, I can't get rid of this.
Listen, I have the Encyclopedia Chronicle of the 20th century that sits on my bookshelf. It will never be read. It is no use to anyone. The kids can't even use it for homework because it's so outdated. It's unreal. It's massive and takes up a humongous amount of space. And in fact, the only thing it is good for is either being a doorstop or beating an intruder to death. It's still not leaving my bookshelf.
That's a good use.
It's never going to leave my bookshelf. It will live there.
Can you imagine that? How the fuck did that wee lash bat you? We're a big fucking book.
I'm not kidding, by the way. It's beefy. It's massive.
I've even used the excuse like, I don't know if like my
all
boyfriend's
the
gonna
facts
want
of
it
the entire
eventually.
20th century in it, Akuma. It's big.
Yeah,
All
I
about
have
Watergate and
for my
everything.
Grandparents, I got an encyclopedia with every letter.
The
of the alphabet
Encyclopedia
as one book.
Britannica.
Yes.
Wow.
I have all of them.
No. Yeah, that's the one. Yes, exactly. And it's like
It was the A
more
to
than
Zs. You
30
used to
books, I
get a
think.
yeah. You used to get a It was like a letter at a time. They used to
Yes.
come through the post.
And basically never look at them, but they're pretty, so they are on my shelf.
I had to fight because my grandfather passed away 2 years ago now. A year ago now.
No, yeah.
Sorry, I have absolutely no concept of time. It's not that I like that sounds really uncaring. I just have absolutely no concept of time. And he used to get the Reader's Digest books,
Excuse me.
and they're like 4 books in one. They're little hardbacks, and they're 4 books in one, and they're always shortened version of the real book, for some reason. But I used to love them, and he had hundreds. And I was so determined that when he passed away, I was going to have them. And then I had to say no, purely because I genuinely don't have the space. But if I had the space, I would have taken them. I will never read any of them, but I would have taken them. Because the only one I only wanted one out of it, and the only one I wanted got ruined. And I'm really annoyed. Because I really wanted that one book. But on that, I think, well done to everyone who posted a confession. You have all been absolved of your bookish sins. I hope you go forward into the light.
I don't want them absolved.
No more dog-eating pages.
Yeah,
no
it's
more
too late for
cracking of
you.
spines. And if you
You're one
ever
to talk,
feel
Loopy.
like you're slipping, the Bookwyrms Hail Mary is posted in Gen and pinned so that you may look at it, read it, and feel the absolution.
I shall pray that every night.
Yes. And I will end with, by the ink, the law, and the worm that hoards all books. Amen.
Amen.
Bye.
God, we needed some more like gospel church in here. That was where was the feeling, people?
I was thinking about
I'm
a
barely
version
keeping myself
that's not
awake.
Amen.
Is it amen?
The book.
No, I was thinking like about something that made sense, like a bookish word for it.
Also,
I could not
bookish.
think of
I
anything.
don't think there is one.
Yeah, that's why we need
Peace
to create
be
one.
with you. Books be with you.
Books
By
be
the
with you.
Cauldron?
Be with you.
By the cauldron. By the cauldron.
When I heard that.
We're yeah,
You're
we're about to say
what?
we're pulling on people's religious trauma here.
Religious trauma.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, by the cauldron. Blessed be. Have a good night, and we will see you on Wednesday. I have to get right. I've got to say this there. Didn't know how to
Need to
work
get
my
used to
own
it.
tongue then. Don't turn that, Kinky. I know where you're all going. Husht. We will be back on Wednesday.
Have you seen what we read?
Yeah, I know. I introduced half of you to it. We'll be back on Wednesday with Rewrite the Trope, where we're going to be mishmashing some tropes together and making them new. It's going to be chaos, which we love.
Sounds like
So we'll
Cozy
see you on
chaos?
Wednesday.
yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Settle chaos, maybe more.
Bye.
Bye.